that their reaction would be a strong condemnation of these illegal actions. But so far, again, as I've just said, European spokesperson, High Commissioner Callas, has not condemned the actions. So we'll have to see what UN member states, European Union member states, such as and the Trump corollary to the Monroe Doctrine, yeah, it really sends a signal that the US wants to dominate the Western Hemisphere. It is doing it militarily. So far, the United States.
Oh, again, this is the software again was muting me. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you can hear me now. Shalom, everybody. Peace for those who love peace and no peace for the wicked, the Lord said. So, did you hear the guy when he was talking?
Is failing to do so economically, with most South American countries having stronger trade ties, for example, with China than with the United States. So it's kind of like use of a big stick rather than.
So, I was saying that this guy, he was saying that USA want to dominate Western, the West, obviously America, as if it is not. What this guy, stupid idiot, is talking about? I mean, your NATO, all of it is based in America. If USA withdraw from the NATO, NATO is gone. The USA was more than 80% of the money spent for army, and the NATO is from USA. So those woke, TV, uh, run by government in Europe, they are just so stupid and so wicked. He's talking about what is the right USA have to invade a foreign country. So the foreign country is doing nothing wrong, just killing tens of thousands of Americans by supplying kids with drugs. We have no right to capture him or even to kill him, according to this stupid idiot. Well, they are in Europe. In Europe, everything is possible. You will see a guy humping a girl in the bus. You will see the police running from the Muslims in the street because nobody allowed to use guns and nobody allowed to use to defend himself. And they are coming to lecture us about what is right and what's wrong. Go fix your problem, you donkey. I'm so glad, actually. I'm very surprised, in fact, that he is now in Florida. I'm going to fly to Florida so to go and visit him. Maduro, how are you doing, Maduro? Senor, how you found the hamburger in the jail of America? Are you happy? I mean, you sleep as a president, you wake up as a prisoner, and you are a scumbag in USA. Isn't it? This is wonderful. I mean, this is hilarious. One of the biggest drug dealers, and the funny, all those dictators, like a few days ago, I don't know if you saw the Venezuela, they have a military march. They were giving weapon to every citizen, like Kalashnikov. I mean, you stupid idiot. This is America. What the Kalashnikov? What are you talking about? Here we go. They go down to your palace. They get you like a chicken. In fact, nobody defend him. Who dare? They got him. They got his wife because his wife is a partner in the business, by the way. I don't know how many people they capture. I'm going to check. But what I know, they are now in Florida, enjoying the weather in Florida. I'm imagining him now. He is in Miami, wearing his pant. Laying down, and Trump is the CIA is asking him the first question. By the way, do we know you? Because we know the CIA is very smart sometimes. Like, have we met before? So this is a great news. And in the top of that, actually, what will happen next? It can be very beautiful. I hope they will be able to the resistance inside Venezuela, the one who support the real winning president. The I don't know her name. She's a woman. She won the election. According to Maduro himself, 80%. She won 80% to 20. But he claimed that somebody played with the numbers, somebody played with the papers. Imagine he controlled everything and somebody played. Like, who is the somebody? Nobody knows. So I hope that the real president of this country now, because she is the president, she won the election. He is not a president. He is just a scumbag dictator. He will never leave. He's a drug dealer. Uh, I hope that will do the Iranian regime too, but their story is different. I'm sure those Iranian, they are 14, 15 floor under the ground. I am assuming here the surgery is way easier than the one will be in Iran if they want to do it. Trust me, if they want to do it in Iran, they can do it. But it might be more costly. Like, imagine they went to his palace, they capture him, they capture his wife, not a single soldier injured. What kind of army this guy have? Nobody defend him. Why will attack North Korea, my friend? First of all, North Korea have nukes. This is number one. Number two is to protect their neighbors, not us. Because by the time missiles will arrive to USA, we will be able to deal with it. Number three, North Korea is not a threat to USA directly. It's a threat to South Korea. Uh, but if North Korea try to do something serious, then America will deal with it. But this guy is just in the border. He's a few kilometers away. And the drugs coming every day. Even New Year Eve, boats were coming carrying tons of drugs. So I'm very glad that this has happened. And I'm very glad that the woke is upset. They love Maduro. They love
The
Maduro.
government says his whereabouts are unknown at this stage. It comes as people in Caracas describe explosions and low-flying aircraft sweeping through the capital overnight.
Look at this, look.
Maduro's government accusing the US
Look
of
at this.
attacking civilian and military installations.
This is American airplanes. They are flying as if they are going for vacation. Do you notice? This is American airplane. Huh? Do you see how they fly low? They are flying low. I mean, look at this. You see, you don't fly such a low because this is will make you exposed to missiles. I mean, even bullets. But obviously, they know what they are doing. You know, we will not teach. The proof that they know what they are doing, they were successful. You know, look at this. So they have an attack first. They launch an attack. You know, obviously bombing, and then our you know Marines. I'm assuming the Marines is the one who do that. They jumped, they captured his ass, and they put him in an airplane and brought him back to Florida.
It's US flexing its military muscle. We'll have to see what the long-term consequences are of that. But I think, yeah, today marks a historic.
Yeah, we have the long-term consequences. Yeah, long-term. You know, who dare to make a consequences to USA? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Seriously? The long-term consequences, potato. The long-term consequences is the drugs, and this guy he is bringing Iranian and Hezbollah, and bringing every enemy to USA to the border. This is the consequence. The consequence is that Venezuela will be rich again, will be great again. This is the most rich country in oil in the world. Saudi Arabia is way behind. This is the consensus. People will live. People will have food. Get rid of one filthy dictator communist man. As simple as that. Communism never brought wealth. Check them one by one. They are filthy, they have no ethic, and they are trash. Let the people of Venezuela enjoy their freedom, enjoy their oil. This, you know, Maduro, he sold all the gold to Emirat and Qatar. Can you believe it? All the treasure of Venezuela is sold. He's out of money.
Day, and there's going to be a lot of lessons learned by South Americans in terms of how they.
Exactly. A lot, big lesson to South American. Maybe next we go to Cuba, and we free Cuba from this dictator who killed the Christian. You know, imagine many. They wear a T-shirt of this guy with his name Viagara. I don't know what his name. Viagara for the butt. They put his picture in their T-shirt. They do not know that this guy he killed thousands of Christians. He put them in the churches and he burned the church with them. This is how much they hate us. So I hope next Trump he will send a message to the Cuban saying we are coming to free you, especially that Marco Rubio is from Cuba. So you have the foreign minister already in USA is from that country. His parents is from there. So it's going to be very and possible that Marco Rubio, who is the foreign minister in USA, will convince Trump that let us go to Cuba and take this ruling team in one airplane, wrap them up, bring them to USA jail, make an example of them, and free Cuba and make. I mean, people in Cuba they are living in the 60. Who can afford to buy a phone in Cuba? Even what phone is actually? Electricity is electricity. Wherever those stupid communists they go, things go wrong. They buy your heart by speeches. We will make you, we are equal, no rich, no poor. And then they got billions in their bank account. And you die.
Must deal with this threat of the United States just being able to bomb a South American country like that. We're seeing reactions. Lula has reacted, Brazilian president has reacted strongly. We've also seen the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum, react strongly.
Yeah, the president of Mexico, she gathered more than 180,000 Mexicans to support Gaza. We know who they are. All they are socialist dogs. 180, I don't know if you saw the video. 180 poor Mexican Christians supporting those who love to kill them. They go there, Mexican, look, you are victims, and those Mexicans, they cry for them. You don't know what they will do to you. Go, send your kids to Gaza and see what they will do to them, just because they are Catholic.
We'll have to see how other Latin American states react. But I think historically, yes, it's very significant, and it marks a new chapter in the U.S. dominance.
I want to know who hired you for. Please. I know. Like, give me his name. Who?
Western Hemisphere.
Guillaume Long, thank you so much for speaking to France 24.
Thank you very much for speaking for France 24. In France 24, we are 24 hours for service you. And we have all the wonderful expert to explain things for you. And we have a very nice French read ready for you too.
Thank you.
Venezuelans in Miami, meanwhile, have been waking up to the news of this.
I told you in Miami, I told you they are waiting for him. And here you see the hypocrisy of those TVs. If we ask Venezuelan in Miami, are you happy? They will be dancing. No, they don't hate their country,
U.S. operation.
Look, Venezuelan, Cuban celebrate in Miami. So how this is bad news? And Sakar Carson is upset. Somebody told me. I did not see what Sakar Carson is saying. For sure, he will be upset. Sakar Carson. Sakar Carson will be happy only in Qatar. Brother, he want to buy a house in Qatar because in Qatar is very beautiful country. First of all right, and he can bring 10,000 maids from poor country and enslave them. This is what Qatar is about. Where's the falafel? Oh, I did not tell you the culture of my country. If we celebrate, the one is coming to visit me is the one bring falafel with him. What's wrong with you? What falafel? You bring it. We are Arab. We don't, I would like to add there that even Arab American are celebrating, not only Venezuelan and Cuban. I join. Time for salsa. Happy day. I'm glad I'm drinking my coffee. This news is amazing. That's beautiful. I hope they will capture the country soon and give it to the Venezuelan and be free.
Caracas. Let's bring you some pictures there. People gathering to celebrate the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, waving flags, gathering in large numbers.
Those are paid people by Trump. Are you kidding me? Look at her. She is looking back, see when I'm going to get paid. Trump. This is fake news. And those are not Venezuelan. It's obvious they are from Hong Kong. You think you can fool us? They are not happy. This is intervene in their country. They are very upset. This is why they are dancing. In fact, they are dancing from pain. We have to do the right analyst for the news. Those are not dancing from happiness. Let me play it again. Here we go. I'll prove it to you. Look at this face.
From corollary to the Monroe Doctrine, yeah, it really sends a signal that the U.S. wants to dominate.
Wants. It's not dominating yet. It's not. Want. I mean, do you see this ship? You just discovered that USA want to dominate. I mean, this is a city. This is a city is moving. Huh? Nobody have like it. And America want to dominate. Want? You're genius. I don't know how many baby your mom she had like you, but I hope not too many.
The Western Hemisphere. It is doing it militarily. So far, the United States is failing to do so economically, with most South American countries having stronger trade ties, for example, with China than with the United States.
Guys, look, America failed. I mean, those people are suffocated, and he say America is failing. But this guy's talking about when you say they have more tie with the Chinese is the end of the world, and they are not even able to reach. I mean, USA just you know sees a Chinese ship just last week. What the Chinese can do to them? What Putin can do? Here we go. Call Putin. I mean, you're just a stupid idiot. Where did those people come from?
So it's kind of like use of a big stick rather than the use of a carrot, if you like, in the region. It's U.S. flexing its military muscle. We'll have to see what the long-term consequences are of that. But I think, today marks a historic day, and there's going to be a lot of lessons learned by South Americans in terms of how they must deal with this threat of the United States just being able to bomb a South American country like that. We're seeing reactions. Lula has reacted, Brazilian president has reacted strongly. We've also seen the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum, react strongly. We'll have to see how other Latin American states.
You know, when they say they acted strongly, what does that mean? They put their finger in their mouth. They acted strongly. Guys, I'm going to react strongly. I'm going to post a tweet. Okay? They reacted strongly. That's very strong. Hold on, hold on. I'm going to wipe the floor with the Trump. I will react strongly and I will post a post in Twitter. That's the strongly? Potato. Strongly is to come and capture Trump the same as he captured them. That is a strongly. Not by making a post in Twitter, potato. Huh? This is something you do with your mother-in-law. I guess you even your mother-in-law will not dare to do that to her. Potato. Where this guy coming from? You know, when I was a kid, I learned some English, and I learned it says when it's rained too much, they say it rain cats and dogs. I was confused about like it rain cats and dogs, and now I know where the cats and dogs are coming from. It was a bad rain. Go.
React. But I think historically, yes, it's very significant, and it marks a new chapter in the U.S. dominance of the Western Hemisphere.
Guillaume Long, thank you so much for speaking to
Thank you.
Thank you.
Venezuelans in Miami, meanwhile, have been waking up to the news of this US operation in Caracas. Let's bring you some pictures there, people gathering.
So anyway, obviously, Trump, he made history really. Finally, somebody, look, although those are Venezuelan and they are, you know, they wake up with a great news. That's very nice. I have to say thank you, President Trump. You know, you are the man. You did not talk. You made it happen. And I hope now they will be able to instate the real president, the woman who won the election, and she will come back, and Venezuela will become a great again, and people in Venezuela will live in peace, and she will fight all the gang and the drugs, and she will clean her country from all the garbage. South America badly infected, badly. Like I mean, look at those. They are talking. Look what they did to South America. South America became the hub of drugs. It is the last place to be called home or a house of peace. Cartel controlling countries. Armies fear them. Police fear them. They have money more than the government. This is the situation in South America. And finally, we have a president. He is willing to change that. So he launched war on the drugs, and that's what make the Democrat upset, because obviously many of them, they are either drugs buyers or drugs vendors. Why congressmen and women from the Democrat will be upset for killing drug dealers? You tell me. And they speak about a human right. Yeah, don't you see them? They are celebrating. The news saying Venezuela, they are celebrating. Don't you see? And this is the news which anti-Trump. Right? Here they are saying he did not know where he is. No, he was moved to Florida, but maybe after that they will move him to a different place. But first they moved him to Florida, to South Florida, and we don't know now. But why they will move him? And in Florida is fine. Keep him in Florida, you know. No, it's not only they consume the drugs, they, you know, they make money from it. You see, many industry, they follow drugs industry. Let me make it simple. Even the one who they are legal. When people they are under addiction, what they do? What they do? What like what you can how you can help them? You open rehab centers, doctors, hospitals, medicine, drugs to fight the drugs supposedly. All of this industry will flourish. And this kind of industry will do nothing except sucking the GDP of USA because it's a waste of money trying to fight a disease. So there is a big industry. In the top of that, there is other side of the industry, you know, is influence, is control, is money. When the cartel, they make hundreds of billions, not billions. They can buy and anyone who influence election in USA. They are powerful. So the cartel, they can change even the election in all of South America, including USA, because they have many agents. For $1 million, they will say whatever you want. For $10 million, they will kiss your ass. So the money is involved heavily. The propaganda is gone. It's not working. Time for a crusade. It is time for a crusade. Let us see if there's more news. Give me a second. Yeah, until now I don't see much much update. It's just repeating the same thing. But we want to see what will happen now inside Venezuela. I hope there is a movement by people who they oppose. You know, usually when the head of the snake is cut off, the rest will be useless. So we will see what will happen. But this is for me this is a great news actually. Why they send them to New York? I don't understand. It says now they will face persecution in New York to Mamdani. Why you want to send them to New York? Like, are they from New York? How this guy Mamdani is there, and now I see in the news they say that they will be taken to New York, and they will be, you know, Trump says Maduro and his wife will face persecution in New York. Why New York? Why don't keep them in Florida? The sentence will deal with them perfectly. New York, you have Mamdani now. Why you take them to the woke? That is not a smart move. They will defend him. They are wicked. I know. Why the trial in New York? And why you need a trial anyway? Make me a president for 24 hours. I will show you what a trial means. I will try everything with them. Many, many things. Trial. Give me a break. After all of this trial, how many people killed in his prison just because they spoke against him? Trial? Hmm? Man. ACP out of Mandani hand. I know. But in New York, I mean, this is the woke state. So they will be the center of the news of what's happening, and they will manipulate everything. Why you don't make it in Texas? Why you don't make it happen in, like, where the Venezuelan exist? The biggest population of Venezuelan, where? American Venezuelan, not illegal immigrant. Make it happen there so the Venezuelan will enjoy it. They will come to the court. They will. What is in New York? The military is royal to Maduro? My friend, the military is royal to nobody. Those countries, they don't have royal loyalty. The second the head of the snake collapses, everybody will go home. To prove my point to you, when they attack him, what is the military? Where are they? I will assure you, not even 50 commandos from USA were down in the ground. 50. How Venezuelan army, massive number, were not to be found when maybe 30, 50, we do not know how many, I don't think there are many, came in the ground and captured their president. And you say to me the Venezuelan, the army is loyal? That's a good one. Few days ago, Maduro was giving tens of thousands of rifles to even supposedly citizens who support him, as they claim. Now, we might be given for some who say they are communists like him, and they are taking a benefit. They are employees of the government. They have a salary. But in reality, my friend, reality is a different story. If this is true, then they will not be able to take him. Look at this. Pictures. If you see this, you think there is an army. Like, where is the army? Huh? Where are they? Loyal, huh? Obviously, very loyal. Extremely loyal. What is this? So you are loyal to me. This will remind me once. I was a teenage, you know. We have a fight with other group. So we are maybe about, I don't know, 15, 20, you know, kid. And then I was walking in the front. I was saying, guys, we saw like we saw them coming from the other side. I saw, guys, we will beat the hell of them. All right. And then we noticed that the group is coming is like 100. You know, it's not a 20, it's not 25. And I was talking and telling them, guys, don't let them intimidate you. And I was talking, but nobody answered. I looked behind me, everybody went back. I was the only one in the front. You see how loyal? I was the only one left alone. And I was talking to myself, says, guys, don't worry about it. You know, there are too many, but, you know, we will not back down. I look behind me, there's nobody. And this is what happened. I cannot compare myself to Maduro. I'm not a drug dealer. You know, I sell falafel. Actually, falafel is kind of a drugs too, you know, in the Middle East, right? Look at this. It's a showtime. It's a showtime. Where are you when the American come in the ground? The same as Hamas. All of those, they are the same as a grave from outside. Like, you know, they try to decorate themselves. Look at the pain they put in their face. Like, they are tough soldiers. They are very tough. And look at the rocket launcher. We can hit your airplane. We can hit your helicopter. And then when the American came down, nobody is there. Everybody run. Take a beer. Those army are made of cartoon. So don't tell me the army is loyal. All right? Why he flee? What to flee? If he capture, how he flee? Do you know the difference between flee and capture? Flee is when you have your wings and you go wherever you want. You are free. He's captured by the American. What flee? Hmm. I heard Russia will do anything to help. Russia hardly they can help themselves. Russia is facing bankruptcy. Banks in Russia now, they are not allowing citizens to withdraw money as before. They put a limit in how much money you can withdraw. Russia out of money. Moscow just 2 days ago was totally in dark. The Ukrainians are able to hit inside Moscow. Imagine. By weapon they made their own, not the weapon they got from USA or from Europe. This is Ukrainian drones made by Ukrainian. They made, and Putin, he called Trump, accusing the Ukrainian that hit his house. Imagine how bad it is. Check it out in the news. Putin, he cannot protect his house. In the front of a small country like Ukraine. His house. He called it Trump. He said, no, no, no. Do you know that they tried to assassinate me? Okay, here the question is, what kind of army, this army, who supposed the second powerful army in the world, could not protect the house of the president? Those armies are shish kebab. Like the only difference between Putin and this guy, he have nukes. He have weapon. But obviously, most of his army is junk. Is outdated. And those here, they just want to get salary. Nobody want to fight. Nobody want to fight for the dictator because nobody is convinced. And you know, when a dictator go down, suddenly even his friends, they are always we are against him. Look what happened with the Assad regime. Look what happened with Saddam Hussein. Look what happened with all of them. The second he's down, the one who was kissing him yesterday, the same person he spit on him second day. Those people, they are after opportunity. I mean, look, they are coming for a short time. Do you see the pant of the soldier behind them? No comment. The same will happen in North Korea. If this guy die or he got killed and a revolution happened, all the people they were crying for him and his dad, they will spit on him. When there's a dictator, there's too much emotion and love around the dictator, but it's all fake because nobody's free. You lose your job, you lose your income, and mostly you might get killed. All right? So we are so glad that 2026 started in such a way. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Trump, if you are not busy, I want to invite you for coffee, okay? But you pay for it. You are rich. Stop being cheap. Unbelievable. No, you pay for it. Okay, exactly. I'm talking to Trump. Let us negotiate. What? He will capture me? Okay, I will pay for it. Okay, okay, I will pay for it. No, don't capture me. No. I will pay for it, man. Take it easy. Okay? No, I'm not from Venezuela. Honest to Allah. I'm from Arabia. That's even better for you. I thought, Mr. President Trump, we can negotiate, okay? I thought maybe you can pay for the coffee, but now as long as you want to capture me, I will pay for it, no problem, okay? Forget about who pay. And look, he's, I'm a hero. I'm a hero of my people. I'm a drug dealer. Okay, how much drugs you want? Huh? We don't make small order, big order only. Hey, Trump, let us negotiate. Trump, he says to him, sure, sure. I will send my soldier to you. And now, guys, I would love to see this guy dragged into the house of a Trump, and he have the shackles in his feet, wearing the pajama, the zebra pajama, the old days. I would love to see him wearing that and bring him to Trump. That would be beautiful. Man, that will be lovely. Yeah, brother. By the way, I see a red dot here on you. Guys, do you see it? Seriously, I see a red dot. Hold on. Hold on. There is something fishy here. Yeah. Look how big the army. Look how big. But when we need them, nobody is there. Let us see. Where is the picture? Oh, this is a video. Too bad we cannot zoom because I don't know if you can see the red dot. Can you see it, guys? I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Is that the American? Is that the Trump is aiming at you with his laser? Showtime. Yeah, and garbage in the street everywhere. And this is Venezuela, the most rich country in the world by oil. But look at them. They need army just for gas station. They are out of oil. The richest country of oil, they have no oil in the gas station. Hello? Mayday, do you hear me? Trump, do you hear me? Guys, Trump is not listening. Okay, but we will make him hear us. We are going to threat America. We are going to bring the Chinese. Hello, Chinese, American are here. Mayday, Putin, Russian. Hello, Olga, please. Who's talking? Olga from Russia. Okay, Olga from Russia. Can you call President Putin to tell him that the Americans are invading us? He's in bathroom. No shit. What he's doing in the bathroom? It's obvious. Okay, when he is going to finish? Unknown? Like there's a schedule? Where is Putin? Where is China? Everybody is in the bathroom. Everybody is busy. Putin now is playing chess with his girlfriend. He put the chess stones over her chest, And oh, this is not the chess, this is the nipple. Sorry. Okay. You get confused when you play chess over your girlfriend chest. Yeah. So this is a very, very great, good news. I'm happy to hear it. And wonderful. What we can say. I mean, we cannot say anything except that this is wonderful. And now the agencies, they will find see, French people, we have a president, not like your macaroni, Hey, macaroni, Yeah. We have a president, you have macaroni. Go. Maduro and wife to face a criminal charges. No, they should not face a criminal charges. I oppose that. They should be judged by the cowboy in Texas, the oldest style. We have many trees in Texas. What charges? If there is oil reserve bigger than the Middle East, yeah, Venezuela. Venezuela is the biggest oil reserve in the world. Don't you know? Venezuela is the most rich country with oil in the world. Not Saudi Arabia, not America. No. It is this country. And guys, by the way, as soon the government change the price of gas, this is great news for everybody because the price of gas will drop massively. So this is good for you if you live in China, if you live in Hong Kong, if you live in Korea, if you live in Philippines, if you live in France, if you live wherever you live. because now you do not need to kiss the ass of Qatar and Emirat and Saudi Arabia. Because the first thing will happen, the sanctions will be left over. And then the oil production will go back to normal. And always, market is about what? About demand and what is available. So the demand will not change, but more oil will be available, and then the price will drop. So this is good news for everybody, and bad news for Qatar, and bad news for Muslim countries who sell oil. Because now Venezuela will be back to town as the biggest producer of oil and gas in the world. All right? And those people, they should be living rich. Why a country have such a resource? Why they have to leave their country and walk thousands of miles to come to USA, take boats, risk their life? Why they have to do that? Because simply they are desperate. They have no jobs. There's nothing but a drug market. The country have no job except drugs and prostitution. Because this government, like, I assure you that this guy, he have not billions, maybe trillions of dollars secretly somewhere, some banks in Switzerland. Because where's the money? Uh, Sound like Nigeria, exactly. Nigeria is a rich country, supposedly. If you go to England, you will see the most expensive villas in England bought by who? Nigerian. I'm telling you. The most expensive. Those are Nigerian officials, used to live in Nigeria, or maybe still. They send hundreds of millions of dollars to England. They buy a citizenship, because if you are rich, everybody gives you citizenship. If you are poor, everybody spit at you. Even in USA. Any country in the world, if you have money, they give you citizenship. As simple as that. Andrew Tate, he have 5 or 6 passports. And why he bought passport? Because simply he knew he's a criminal, and one day he need to go somewhere. He need to go for a run, right? Now, for sure, uh, this is the passport does not change the fact that his nose was big. I mean, I don't know how Maduro look like now. I think Maduro now, he will go to the court. He says, "I won the fight." Yeah. Mm. Is this the time to buy or sell Venezuelan stocks? I don't think Venezuela has stocks. They do? I don't know. A communist country have stocks? I don't know about that. I never search it or check it out. But I don't think they have stocks. It's a communist country. All right? This is what will happen to you if you face us, potato. We will make your nose big and your lips like the blanche for the toilet seat. And then you go down in your knee. I can beat everybody. I'm so strong. But when I walk in the street, I need a bodyguard with me because they are chasing me. I am the Matrix attacking me, the Matrix. By the way, who took you down on the ground, the Matrix? Hmm? Must be the Matrix. Who is your sponsor? The Mahdi? The Mahdi, huh? Uh, yeah, the Mahdi. Anyway, what we can do? Very great news. I'm so happy actually to hear this in the morning. That's wonderful news. Make America great again, Trump. Mm, yeah. Time to make America great again. uh, no, I mean the matrix, they can be harmful, sometime. And the other day I was sitting like in the backyard, and I found a matrix climbing my foot, and it was an ant. Those matrix, they have many shapes, brother, and they can attack you to, like in many ways. So they are very high tech. They can take any shape, spider, ant. This is why they say, like in Argentina, they say, "Is there's an ant in your pant?" Because you move too much. What they mean? It is matrix, and matrix. Do I have to play in the matrix for anything? Like, who is the one now who captured Maduro? You know who? The matrix. I saw a video of Tate yesterday saying that he's brown. Tate, you are brown? Since when? Like, what happened to your color? You are Mr. Brown? How you are brown and your brother is blonde? Huh? He's trying to get more publicity, you know? So now he's brown. Tomorrow he's Asian. Bruce Lee, Yeah. Potato. All right, where is the news? Let us see if there's something new here. Yeah, they will keep talking about the same thing. I guess there's nothing much really. It's going to be the same again and again and again. But this is the great news for today. I cannot complain about it. All right. Very great news. Perfect. Perfect. So I have to say thank you, President Trump. And we are happy to hear this news. And we will be happy more to hear that the government now will go back to the real winner of the presidency, this woman. What's her name? Let me see. Yeah, this woman here. Let us show you. They have picture of Maduro handcuff. Really? Okay, that's good. And I was wondering, where is the handcuff I used to use to capture Allah is gone. Let me see. Yeah, I see him. His handcuffs for good. This is published by this lady who won the election. Yeah, I see. So look like they send her. For sure, she is the most like connected to the story. This is her country. And she is going to be the president. Yeah, this is him. Yeah. All right. And I guess more we will see soon, you know. And look, guys, look, who is down in the ground? DEA. Which make you officially a drug dealer. That means they are capturing him as a drug dealer, not as a president, you know. That's a good one. Oh boy. I don't know if they will allow people to attend the court. I will go. You know, what's his face? What's wrong with you? He's happy. Why you guys are so? Come on. What's wrong with you? What do you mean his face? He is so happy. Come on, guys. Don't exaggerate with your, you know. You cannot tell that he is so happy and pleased. Finally, he took an airplane. He made the American pay for gas and, you know, all of this paid by American. He promised his people he will make the American pay. You remember? He said, I will make America pay. And now they pay. Who paid for this gas airplane and those soldiers to come? Who is paying for their salary to capture him? He keep his promise. He told you he will make America pay, and he made America pay. Very simple. All right? Actually, I don't know even why they capture him. They should like finish him. This filthy scumbag, he killed many people. Go and see Maduro. I don't know, like his handcuffs in the front of him. You mean, not in the back? Okay, this is what I see here. I don't know. Let me see. Well, I don't see any picture except this one, you know. But anyway, I mean, here you can tell his handcuffs anyway, like his hands is behind his back. But I don't see. Let me filter the images and use. No, those I think those are. They might be, you know, just. It might be just AI, you know. I think this is AI. The one is wearing. I see one wearing a uniform. No, I don't think so. Soon we will find more. More news will come. Yeah, I mean, this guy will now become the news for many outlets. You see, even Trump, he make business for those CNN boring stations. Who watched them? Nobody. Now they have news. When Biden was in the office, everything is asleep. The whole country is sleeping. Right? So, well, I will not be surprised if we see pictures of him with handcuffs. Why not? But for now, this one, I mean, come on, guys, do you want to see his underwear now? Come on. That's not, who care? We got the guy. You are too much into details, aren't you, huh? You want to see his handcuffs. What about his legs cuffs? Who care? He is in our jail. He will last night imagine, guys, how life can change. From a president palace, maids, servants, si senor, to get up, potato, come here, take your dish, and throw a dish for him, and at the door have some rotten potato. Eat it. See how life can change in a second? Uh, the first time in history swore over the Quran. He can swear over whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, he will be serving the homosexual, the LGBTQ. So his oath is fake. He's not even lawful to his book. He's not even faithful to his own book. Am I lying? This guy, tomorrow, the same as yesterday, he will be dancing. Half of his campaign was in LGBTQ nightclubs in New York. Go check it out. So he take an oath in the Quran. You know, he can shove it in his butt. He is a servant of the LGBTQ. He cannot be a Muslim. It's just a short time. Who is the one who made him mayor? And the one who made him mayor, he have to serve. Who wants some coffee with me? I'm enjoying coffee. Maduro is... Hello, Maduro? Hey, Maduro. Listen, Maduro, don't worry. I advise you, you can hire a Jewish lawyer. He will get you out. Okay? No problem. And maybe, if you are smart, you kiss the ass of a Trump, he can burden you. He can. Call Trump. Tell him, listen, senor, I have $10 billion in the bank of Switzerland. I can give them to Ivanka Trump. Not enough? Okay, I have another $100 million in other Swiss bank. I can give them to Kushner. He don't like change? Okay, I have $300 million in the bank of Qatar. Is that okay? Now we are talking? Okay. Yeah, maybe you can buy your burden. You know, Trump, he will burden you. He will set you in jail for like 20 maybe years, and then if you behave and you pay good money, they will burden you. No, why not? They will burden him. Money talk. Right? CP open super chat to fill. No, this is not for the Ukraine. Ukraine, they have their own account. I don't take money for Ukraine. If you want to donate to the Ukrainian, we have the Patreon and super chat here, so YouTube can leave me alone, because obviously they are shadowing my channel and it's not going to be seen. So we hope, and in fact, the super chat here, if did not help to unshadow my channel, I will cancel it. I will give it a try for some time, but very possible I will cancel it. Maybe very soon. If you want to support the church in Ukraine, you can go to their Patreon account and you can support them. All right. Who is in charge of Venezuela now? I don't know really. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I think, you know, when the American, they do such a move, they do it with the, with the agreement and the plan of the one who won the election. So I don't think this is just done American like decide to capture him. I think in the ground there's many Venezuelans are cooperating with the American, and this woman, she have a big supporter. She won the election actually. You know, she is now the president. She is the president, and she is a Christian woman, very good Christian woman. Actually, you see here the cross on her neck. You see it? Right? You see the cross on their neck? All their supporters. Not the communist. Unlock? Okay, give me a break. Unlock, huh? This is when the election happened. Millions of people went in the street against this filthy Maduro. But who cares? He's a dictator. He's a dictator. I don't know if they let him take his pajama with him. Is that a pajama? Give it to you by your mama? But she is also a politician. I agree with you. Always politician are politician. But you know, you can find somebody can change the course of the country. And we cannot, you know, like we do not know everything about a human being. A human being have many motives. It can be money, it can be anything. But I don't think we can compare the change will happen between this guy. This guy already we know what happened. The country, you know, like corrupt, bankrupt, cartel in control, and he is working for them. Very simple. So give a chance to the one who oppose, and let us see what he would do. As the Lord, he says, from their fruits you shall know them, not from their speeches. But I can say to you, the first thing will happen normally. If she become the president, Trump, he will lift the sanctions. Oil and gas will flow. Money will come. People will have jobs. And Venezuela will be way more wealthy and healthy than before. Very simple. We have a friend here. He says he is a communist from Vietnam, but he worships Jesus. But communist. The first thing you notice, like when you say I am a communist, I'm not sure what does that mean. But the first thing you notice about communist, that corruption is going to be their flag. In communist countries, banks are fake. Real estate business is fake. Theft is business. So you can say I'm a communist. I don't know why you like it. But you know very well that communists could not make life better. Same time, what I know about communists, that usually they are atheists. It's very strange to find somebody support communism and they say I worship Jesus. Very strange. You know, the idea of communist is very appealing to many. They fool you, they say to you, we want to make ourselves equal, no rich, no poor. Everybody have this, we share the wealth of the country. But in reality, that's not true. If you go to Vietnam now, you see people, they have hundreds of millions of dollars in their bank account. And you will see people selling their body as a prostitute. So communism failed. It's like, in fact, it is nothing but another a fake name of capitalism. But it's not capitalism to make the country flourish. In capitalism, you will find prostitution. Sure you will. You will find poor people. Sure you will. But you will find opportunity and motive. In communist countries, the only opportunity you have is to go through a corrupt system, step by step, by bribing official. In return, they blind and fold their eyes on your crimes. Otherwise, you will never be somebody. This is how communists work. Go check the Chinese industry of real estate. Thousands of buildings are built, but there's nobody living in them. All of this is because of corruption. You can take a loan to build a building, but who said that the building is going to be sold? And not necessarily. You take the loan, you use 30% of the loan to build the building using very bad material, and then the 70% of the loan you invested in the stock market in USA or other businesses, usually abroad. Very, very corrupt system. All right? Ask yourself a very simple question. If you tell the Chinese the American borders is open, and if you tell the Vietnamese, as long as you are from Vietnam, how many millions will enter into USA a day? Remember, communist is better, right? There's no need to come. There's no need. How many Chinese are arrested just last year trying to cross the borders to USA? And you know how far China is? How many Vietnamese? So if you are successful, it should be the opposite. You should be arresting American trying to go to your borders, trying to live there, not tourists, having money, they want to have fun. So speaking about ideas is different sometimes from reality. Communists, they have ideas, and ideas are fake, and they are corrupt ideas. Reality proved them to be false. And this is one example in front of you. This guy, he go in front of the microphone, he will make the poor people melt. He will tell them, I am poor like you. Do you know what? I don't have even a salary. This is what Fidel Castro was teaching them. But then you find that his family and his corrupt network are the beasts who suck the money. You want to know how successful your country is? Check how many people they are migrating. Migrating, not coming to because you have a nightclub and bars and prostitution. That is not success. You are attracting the pervert, and they will do nothing except spreading, AIDS and diseases. And they will prey in your own child's and children's. Right? Yeah, I mean, American, they are deporting everybody, including the Maduro, deporting to USA. Hey, Trump, don't you think this is a contradiction? I thought you are trying to stop immigration from Venezuela, and now you are bringing Venezuelan to America? What's wrong with you? Guys, did you notice what Trump he did? This guy is like the Quran. He contradicts himself. In the morning, he says, we're going to deport the Venezuelan. At night, he bring the president of Venezuela to America, to Miami. And now he's in the beach, the Maduro. He's doing Maduro stuff in Miami. Should we change the name of the jail he is in now? Call it Maduro jail? You know, those president, dictators, everything in the country will be named after them. Maduro Square, Maduro bathroom, Maduro school, Maduro University, Maduro Stadium, Maduro toilet paper, his picture in the currency. I mean, whatever you will find Maduro, right? Yeah. And this guy, he have something with the red color. Man, you look good in the red color. Yeah. This is the Kamini president. Good for her. Trump, he just a change history for the country. Uh, we have someone, he was from the time of the war. All right. In Vietnam. God bless you, my friend. All right. So, you guys, who you think tomorrow should Trump take the mullahs of Iran? I don't know. That is going to be. I mean, now after they see this, I am guessing that the mullahs of Iran, they will be like digging down in the ground, and they will have like 10,000 soldiers in the top of their hiding hole. Will be the new president of Venezuela. I don't mind as part time, but I don't speak, Chinese. This is the problem. If I speak Chinese, I will become president of Venezuela. But I think it's required to speak Chinese in Venezuela to be president, because Maduro, he sold the country to China. You know, the port, everything sold to China, right? All those South American countries, they are sold to the Chinese. Even their fishing, listen, even their fishing industry destroyed. The Chinese, they come in front of their shoreline. And the government of all those potatoes, South America, don't dare to open their mouth. Imagine they are coming all the way from China to South America to destroy the fish industry, and the government of those countries don't dare to open their mouth. So now this woman, I'm sure she will dare. And she will not allow the Chinese to hunt the treasure of how Venezuelan president election. And this is all the news. Yeah, yeah. Very good, very good. The best about this news actually, that many dictators now, they have to think twice when Trump he talk about them. You know what I mean? So what we understand from here, from the video we saw, they did a big strike. I think there's like forces to gather to protect the camp of this guy, and they got him. You know, easy. Very good. Well, you should not complain about it. You should kick them out. What complain? Complain? Somebody come into your yard harvesting your fruit. You complain? That's it? That's not right. You should confiscate those ships so they are coming to your ground and make an example of them, that you will not get it back, the ship, unless you pay a big fine. Guys, I think I'm going to go to Venezuela soon. But it's a dangerous country. kidnapping is a big business in Venezuela. Big, massive business. Anyone, if he have money, he have to hire bodyguards, and they have to be loyal to him, not just salary. Because the same bodyguard, you hire him, he might kidnap you. All right. Uh, Maduro get the blondie girls. I'm sure he have a blondie girls in his palace. You know, blondie, all kind of colors. There's no question about it. Trump announced Maduro captured after USA strike Venezuela. All right, this is the news. Yeah, that's it. You don't have more news. I guess Trump's still sleeping, drinking his coffee. I want to see what Trump will say about it. Just wait. Trump now, he will talk about how he decided to capture him. It's a moment of gold for Trump. You know, he like to. Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. Actually, it's not. We cannot deny it. I mean, I remember me when I captured Alexander the Great long time ago. You know, most of you were not here. I was like, I went in TV. It was a Roman TV, you know. Uh, and then, like, I remember the guy in the TV. He asked me, "Oh, how you capture Alexander the Great?" I told him the truth. It was very easy. We put baklava on a like in a corner of a street. He's a Roman, and Roman and Greek. They love baklava. They love baklava. They are crazy about baklava. And we put an arrow. Baklava is here. So Alexander the Great, he keep walking, following the baklava. And then boom, you know, the second he touched the baklava, we made a glue in it. He's stuck. He cannot go. And then we came before his soldiers, and even his soldiers, when they came, we put more baklava. So they were busy with it, and they touch it, and they stuck. And this is how I captured Alexander the Great. By the way, history books don't talk about this because they will not share the truth with you because they are woke. Okay? The story is registered only in the books of a real historian. Like Prophet Muhammad, real historian, you know. Prophet Muhammad, he discovered that Mary, she is the sister of Aaron, and her father is the father of Moses. You know, we Arab, we don't fly time or no. The matrix is not our business, brother. Huh? Yeah, and the Samaritan, they were exist in the time of Moses. Yeah, brother, they were there. Both Moses and Samaritan, they were talking together. They drink coffee. Uh-huh. So I hope you guys, you will not use the method because that can cancel my channel if YouTube noticed that I'm teaching people how to capture people using baklava, like Alexander the Great story. Don't do that, okay? This is not DEY, you know? Don't do that at home. All right? I'm just warning you. Somebody now will think he can capture let's say you love a girl and she don't care for you. So what do? You put baklava in her way. I mean, look at this guy. What kind of baklava he ate? I mean, you look like you just came from the laundry machine. Like somebody can do ironing for you. Like when the last time you wash your hair? Like what happened to your hair? This is the expert in France TV. I mean, seriously, you look like a skunk just came from the hole. And the women here, she didn't her hair, and look at that, you know, how much she worked in herself. You see the difference between women and men? Men, look at this guy. He looked like he just came from inside the book. Uh, and I shaved my beard, and my hair look very weird. And I look so tired. And this woman, lipstick, hair, eyeliner. I mean, this guy, in 2 seconds, he is in the TV. This woman, in 10 hours, she is on the TV. Yeah, it's a mirror time. After he built the dam or before? I mean, the Gog and Magog? No, I captured him after. Come on, the story will not make sense then if I capture him before. So who built it then? Are you trying to say Prophet Muhammad was lying about building the dam by Gog and Magog? All right. Uh, hmm. I know Trump, he warned Maduro a few months ago. But what happened when you are stupid, you don't listen? Actually, I think 2 days ago, he felt the heat and he asked Trump to come to an agreement. He want to cooperate about drugs, like he noticed that things is going out of hand and his days is to be counted. So, and I think maybe the Russian and the Chinese, they said to him, they are preparing something for you. All right. But obviously, that was not uh, uh, enough for him to understand that his time is up. All right. Trump, is he giving a speech now or he will be giving a speech?
Imagine
Is he going to give the speech or not yet?
being able to
Maybe,
build.
maybe not yet. I guess still I'm looking at there's nothing there now. Yeah. Soon, President Trump will hold a press conference. Let us see the White House website. The White House. White House. Let us see if there's any schedule. Nothing yet. Well, we know the news now. I mean, it's nothing much to change. Trump, he will make it more official. Already he published in Twitter, that they captured him. Guys, shall we collect donation, GoFundMe for Maduro? Trust me, those woke, trust me, those stupid woke, they will collect donation, GoFundMe for Maduro. What do you think, guys? They are going to do that, don't they? They are mentally ill. You will see now the woke going and making GoFundMe to defend Maduro, our brother, the communist. Mm. No, I think next step he will move toward Cuba, but we don't know like how far, like because Cuba is a different story. But based on that, Marco Rubio is from Cuba, so it's not going to be surprised if he was able to convince Trump to do something in Cuba too, because this is his country. You know? Yeah. Uh, so it's very, very possible that something will happen there. We will see. Like when you see yourself, it was very easy how successful. So they can assist like a process of capturing the Cuban president too, and see how easy it is, because it's very important not to lose lives. You see, like the strange is, until now, there's no news about any casualty. Imagine you are invading a president palace surrounded by thousands of soldiers. He put them there to protect him specifically, you know? And yet, the American go down in the ground and go up and no casualty. This will remind me of what happened in Lebanon. In Lebanon, the head of Hezbollah, before Nasrallah, he was captured in the way to Beirut airport. The Israeli soldiers, they went down in the street, in the highway. They have even dogs with them. The guy, he have many cars of bodyguards, very heavy armed. All the bodyguard of Hezbollah leader, they drop their weapon and they drop their pants immediately. The Israeli, they capture the guy, they put him in the airplane, they fly, they disappear in the sky. After all of this happened, Hezbollah fighter, they start shooting in the street. Allahu Akbar. It was hilarious, you know. It was really hilarious. Like, where you been when the IDF were there in the ground? Huh? Where you been? So we do not know. We do not know what's happening now inside Venezuela after this. What happened? But I think the army, maybe the army will take over, and the army will surrender the authority to the elect president. And actually, I advise this woman, if she ever listened to me, not to trust the army to protect her. She have to bring loyal, her own loyal troops, generals, who they are known to support her. And in the beginning, maybe it's better to bring some USA forces until she filter her own security, you know, because you never know, they might try to kill her, you know. Actually, when USA saved her and took her out of Venezuela, they did a great job, because if she is there, she will be dead, you know, for sure she will be dead. Do you have a card for Alexandria Library? Well, my cousins, the Arab, they burn it, my friend. There's no library no more. What library? The Arab, they burn it all. My cousins, wherever they go, termite. If you want, I can send them to your home. All right? Especially if you have a nice swimming pool. We can use it to wash our goats there. So I'm very happy for this news. Actually, I'm surprised to see this news in the morning, you know. It wasn't expected at all. That's not what we expect to see. It was very strange to see, actually. Right? Very strange to see. But maybe that will give a great example for other dictators. I don't know who is this old man with her. Not sure who is he. Maybe people from Venezuela, they knew. But obviously those are his supporters. Any question? And please, guys, don't ask me how I capture Maduro. The truth is not Trump who made the command. It's me. I called Marco Rubio. You know, Marco, we used to be in school together. And always he's like, a troublemaker, to be honest with you. He don't take a pen with him to school. He take my pen. All right? And then one day I got upset from him. So I gave him my pencil. I told him, don't talk to me no more. Take this pen and go. However, when he wanted to become a senator, he called me. He says, still, I have your pen. Don't you want to have it? And, I get tempted because the pen it's pencil. It's expensive, So I said, okay, let us meet. He said, let's meet in Maduro Palace. He said, how we can meet there? The guy is a president still. I said, what we will do then? I said, what about you? We capture him, we take him, and then we meet there. And this is what happened. So, like, Maduro is going to call me, sorry, Marco is going to call me soon. But he's busy now. He's cutting his nails. because he put his nails in the neck of Maduro when they see him, you know. And I told them you have to cut the nails of Marco Rubio before you see him because he will put his nails in his neck. Security matter. I mean, the guy is so upset from him. So soon we will update you with more news about me and Maduro and Marco. Why didn't they bring back Juan Gardo? I don't know who's Juan Cardo. I have no idea who's that. There's a new election, obviously. So this woman, she won. You cannot maybe you are talking about somebody was a president many years ago. They took him away. I don't know. Why you are laughing? You think this story is a true story? Are you are you high? Right? This is a true story. Okay, call Marco. Call Marco and ask him. Just to warn you, if he claimed that he did not know me, that's because he borrowed from me $100 and the pencil. He don't want to return it. And this is why, you lose your friends when you give them money. I have a neighbor, I gave her some money temporarily to fix her roof. She said she needed the down payment for the insurance company. I said, okay, I will help you. And then after that, since then, she never said good morning to me. Seriously. She said she will pay me back. I gave her $1,000. She said she will pay me back in 3 months. 3 months is gone. Supposedly, actually, every month she will give me $300, something like that. 3 months is gone. She don't even say good morning. Imagine, guys. She used to say good morning every day. Her husband is sick, etc. I feel sorry for them. I mean, the roof is leaking. I text them, where is the money? Come on. You said 3 months. And since then, they never said hello to me again, since I took the money back. Can you believe it? You try to help somebody, instead of appreciating your help, they don't want to talk to you. Trump is life. I'm afraid if we play the video, let me see if it is in the White House website. So we don't, break the... Okay, let's see. Ah, will begin shortly. So he's not there yet. Yeah, so the White House, Trump will be live shortly. So we will be able to watch him. See, he's in Palm Beach, Florida. So most likely they brought Maduro to him, to pay respect. And then they send him to the jail in Miami. Well, he is not live yet. Don't you see here? This is the White House. I don't think he's live in, anywhere. Yeah, because the Palm Beach is where the White House is, Is it hard for Trump to move the White House from place to place? Come on. He have construction company. Actually, we should move the White House to a different state where there's no woke. Angel, you are a prophet. You swear that Maduro will be captured today? You prophesy? Okay. Do you want me to tell Trump to start? No, don't tell him. He will call me, don't worry. We will be gone shortly. So he might be do first like a little speech in his TV station to sponsor it, to make it more popular. And then he will make a speech here in the White House, official speech. Because until now, there's nothing here. This is live. You see, we are not like free. The feed is live. So already they are live, but he is getting ready to talk. So it might be he will talk for a few minutes in his TV station, and then which is bigger threat to USA, communism or Islam? Islam is a threat to a whole world, not to USA. You know, Islam is an ideology. Use communist usually, not the opposite. So they are more dangerous. Like you see in the Muslim, they use the communists in USA to conquer. Like now, Mandani, he's a Muslim. He supports Al Qaeda, obviously. His lawyer now is lawyer of Al Qaeda. But he used the communists and the socialists to reach position, the same as Obama. So Islam is a sneaky, very filthy, sick religion. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't make sense to be live in somewhere and not live in the White House website. We don't know. You will see. The president-elect is the one, the old man? Okay. So he will be the president? She will be the vice president? I thought it's the opposite. I thought she won the election. I don't know. We will find out. You know, I'm not expert with the Venezuelan politics that much. We will find out. I mean, whatever good news will happen to the country is good news. Who's taking over? As long as he is good for the country, good for them. Like, come on, Trump. It says life now. Let us refresh. Yeah, still not yet. Yeah, enter now. There's nothing. Well, for sure, those dictators in Iran, they will be worried about, you know, what American they can do, because you never know. American when it's come to Iran, they have a massive power beside them, which is you know, Israel, and never take it lightly when Israel is involved. Will be nice actually if you bring Maduro, he put him on his knee in the front of him, and he give him the microphone. Hey Maduro, when you want to say something? What do you think, guys? He should bring him in the front of him. His life, but not here. I don't know. This is the White House. Maybe they did not. I don't know, like because there's 77,000 people waiting for this feed here. This is still in YouTube, you know. This is still in YouTube. 77,000 people, you know, waiting, and yet there's nothing yet, you know. So we are not the only one who's waiting. It's a shame that someone like me waiting for someone like Trump to talk. It should be the opposite. But life is not fair. What we can say. As if he is the president, not me. The election was rigged. American was voting for me, not for Trump. Me and Joe Biden and Kamala. The only problem, I did not really put my name in the list for election because I was thinking about the passage of time. I mean, that took a lot of time from me to think about the passage of time. By the time I thought about the passage of time, the election was over. Yeah, well, this AI, they are very politically correct. The second you ask them for something like that, they will say to you, sorry, we cannot make any offending images or, yeah. Call Trump, you don't have to wait. And who's going to pay for the phone call? You? Don't you know that Trump, he don't have a free phone call? You have to pay him. This guy don't do nothing for free. Um, until now, nothing. 77,000 people waiting. 82,000 people waiting. The number is getting bigger. People are getting awake, Hey, come on, Trump. Where are you? I mean, the guy, he need a half hour just to camp his hair. Uh, you know, Putin, he should send his forces to rescue Maduro. Putin is very powerful. What happened to the president of China who have a treaty with Venezuela? Where are you? Hmm? Is it true that when Muslim they say Salaf allowed Allah to call Father? No, no, this is absolutely lie. Where it says that? When a Muslim he said to you such a stupid thing, this is a stupid kid, this lesbiano, he came with this, and they start carrying it. Muslims are just a bunch of dumb, because if Allah allowed him to call him Father, that will not change anything, because still he is their father. Like, what does have to do with the Trinity anyway? So, and same time, ask them, what is the reference? Liars, show us the reference. Where in history of Islam anyone says that? Nobody. They will tell you that in the Bible, in the old days, the Jews, they use the word Baal when they say God, but that word is used as word mean God, not Baal, the god of the pagan. But it's not the same. This is not a name. Father is not a name. Our God, his name is not Father. That's not his name. Uh, Explain 5 100 101. Yeah, it's very simple. Asking questions. Muhammad have no answer them. Will make it embarrassing to Muhammad. So ask no questions, otherwise you will leave Islam. All right? The Muslim, they try to defend it, make it like they were asking silly questions. That is very stupid to say, because silly questions will not make somebody being silly leave Islam, because he's silly. Give him the answer. So what if it's a silly question? Why Jesus did not say, if you ask me questions, ask no questions? What happened to Trump? Man, hey, come on, Trump. There's nothing. 84,000 waiting. All right, we are waiting for Trump, and obviously until now there's nothing. I have the audio on, so if he came on, we will hear him. Let us see if there's any other news. Anyway, Trump is the one who had the news. Who have the news now beside him? Nobody. Let us see what's going on with Iran now. This is stole the news from the Iranian news. Yeah. Let us see. Yeah, still, let us see, still the same news from Iran. And you know, the funny that the Iranian agencies, official agencies, they deny that there is any problem in the country. At the same time, their Ayatollah al-Khomeini, he said those riot, we have to put them in their place. So in one hand, they deny that there's any riot, and this other hand, they confirm it. This is how stupid they are. You know, there's a riot or there's no riot. This is a nice picture here. Actually, I like it. But the one in Syria now, he will be down soon too. Right? He's no better. He's a terrorist. Yeah. And no, until now, Trump is not talking. I'm guessing that Trump is doing an interview for his own TV station, so because you know he cared to make business for his TV station. You imagine that will bring a lot of people, a lot of viewers. You know, I don't know if you bought stocks from the media, Trump media. I advise you to sell it because this media stocks they will go down horribly after he leave the presidency. This is only temporary now. The only party which is fighting Islam is for Putin. Well, that because they're ignorant, no problem. Still, you vote for them. You see, they are for Putin, but don't they know that Putin, he built tens of thousands of mosques in Russia? Don't they know that Putin, he made a law to forbid anyone to insult Muhammad? Otherwise, he will face a consequence of jail for a long time. Don't you know? You vote for them and you educate them that they are wrong. All right? Don't worry, people, they change their position when they understand. They will. Putin, he built the biggest mosque in Moscow. Go check the Muslim prayer in Moscow. They flood the area. They come from every city just to make a show. All of this happened, never happened before, except by Putin, because he gave them protection. CP don't say that Trump need money, viewer. He do. Trump, he love money. Don't give me a break. And he will never change. He's a businessman. Show him gold, he look at you. Such a mentality, You see, I voted for Trump, but doesn't mean I will not be truthful when I speak about him. This person, he loved money. As simple as that. When he look at a person, he see money. The one he invite to his White House is people who have money. The most rich, not the most poor, not the most decent, not the most, the most rich people in his dinner. It is about money. Right? Uh, this is why all his decisions, even now in Maduro, it's not about dictator, it's about money. This guy, he calculate numbers. If we take him down, we replace him with the president who is a friend to USA. We lift sanctions on Venezuela. The oil price would drop in USA, not only in the other country in the world, because Venezuela is so close to USA. And that will affect the economy in USA, because the inflation, big part of it is because of oil. Already the oil is down. But now if things work as a Trump he want to work, is going to be maybe $1.50. That will have a huge impact in inflation and the value of the dollar and the labor and everything. So everything he do is about money. I'm not saying is like in this case he's wrong. No, I mean he's doing something for the benefit of his country. The stupid Biden and the socialist, all is about their own fame, how they can stay in the chair and how to make money to their pocket. Trump, he make money to his pocket, but not by doing this. He do it in different way. So now I am the president. Saudi Arabia, they want to make me happy. They give contract to my kids. Qatar want to make me happy. They make contract to my kids, my company. And he do it legally, let us say. Between two bracket. All right? So Trump, he love money. They love money too. But the Trump, he do it in different way. Well, you never know. If Maduro, he can do it, he will. But he is not having the power to do it. You see, when people have no power to do, you cannot say, oh, at least he did not do it. How you know? Yeah, until now, there's nothing. There's nothing here. What happened to Trump? Why they say they go live and there's no feed? It is live, as you see. See, it's live. But there's nothing. As I said, he will finish interview first in his own TV station to give it boost and support. When countries don't do steal other country land, that does not mean that the leaders don't want to do it, but it's about if we can do it. Actually, if Putin, he knew that his war will cost that much, he will not go for Ukraine. This guy, if you remember, he called it operation. If you say actually in Russia, if you say war, especially in the beginning, the first year, you will be arrested. It's not allowed to say war, it's operation. Because this stupid idiot, he thought that he will go to Ukraine, he will take it in 24 hours. They have a small army, they don't have weapons, they have nothing. So how in the world they can stop my massive army? He brought even the Chechenian dogs, the dogs of Chechnya, the drug dealers Kadyrov. They arrive almost few kilometers away from the heart of the capital of Kiev, and then they were kicked out like dogs. He never thought that those Ukrainians will fight. This is why he quit operation. So what is supposed to be 24 hours picnic trip, it turned to be a 4 years of a very massive, powerful war, and the Russians are losing because if you gain a little town after a year and a half of fighting and losing tens of thousands of soldiers, how in the world that is a victory? And they might lose it again. And just 2 days ago, we saw how the Ukrainian, they were able to reach all the way. Putin, he called Trump complaining that they hit his house. I'm not sure if you saw the news. Putin, let me show you. All right. And guys, look how Qatar news always in the top. This is the money, my friend. You search for any news, right away you'll find what? Al Jazeera TV. Money. They pay YouTube, they push it in the top. See? This is what Putin claiming. So the powerful army of Russia, it turned to be a delusional title. Because if a small country, poor country, they are poor. I mean, they have minerals, yes, but they are poor. If those people with their own technology, not American technology, in fact, America is buying now their drones, they were able to reach all the way to Moscow, and according to Putin, to hit his own house and destroy it. Now, there's no proof of that, by the way. Yes, they went to Moscow, they destroy a big energy facility. This is why Moscow went in dark. Unless Putin is saying to us, he lived inside that facility, hiding his tail. What happened to Trump? Well, there's 97,000 people waiting, and Trump's still not there. Oh boy. All the flight in and out to Puerto Rico canceled? All right. Well, maybe there's more things will happen. You never know, because the American now, they have a lot of armed forces. It's obvious, actually. They send a lot of armed forces to Puerto Rico, right? So I don't think they will waste money and resource sending their massive size of a weapon and soldiers to Puerto Rico for nothing. So obviously there's an operation. Maybe it's still going on. We don't know. We don't know what's happening. You see, there's no news, actually. Like this is what happened in dictator land. There's no news from the land because dictators always they make a taboo. Why Putin he went to war with Ukraine? Very simple, greed. The area where he wanted to occupy full of minerals, heavily, and it's a heavy industry too. So he will gain two things: minerals and ready manufacturers. All right? Greed. Because if Putin claiming a land, well, go and take Alaska. Alaska literally is a Russian land. It is. Go and take the land which the Chinese took from you. The Chinese, they signed a lease with Putin or the Russian for 100 year. Uh, yeah, I think 100 year, which means before, long before Putin. And now the 100 years over. Can Putin do? The Chinese refuse to give it back. They said, "That's it. We have it." Why Putin don't wage war in China? They don't dare. He said to himself, "This is a poor country, weak country, easy shish kebab." Even USA, if Venezuela was North Korea and they have nukes, do you think Trump will risk to do such an operation? No. No. When you are weak, regardless if you are bad or good, anybody can spank you. Do I agree? Regardless if you are a good guy or a bad guy. If your neighbor want to bully you, he can. You are too small for him. I'm not defending Maduro, but I'm stating a fact that if his country is powerful like USA, do USA dare to kidnap the president? Bring him because he's a drug dealer? No. It's always about the balance of power. Right? The one who have the power is the one who dictate. You see, when we say dictators, the whole world is dictators. Even the free world is dictators. Because when you are a powerful nation, you can dictate to small nation what you can do, what you cannot do. Like when USA puts sanctions on a country, what does that mean? It's a dictatorship. You dictate what you can even sell. It's as simple as that. It's a dictator command. You make this country unable to sell, to buy, even to send money in banks. But for us, we think about it in a very shallow way. We say it is sanctions. But those sanctions is a command of a dictator. And USA, one day, it might, like, when USA was weak and was occupied by the British, they tried to do the same to them. They would dictate what they sell, what they buy. Like, there is a reason the Tea Party called Tea Party. Anyone remember why it's called Tea Party? What the tea have to do with it? Because it have to do with tea. Tea Party. Check it out. So, can UK now, can England dictate to USA what to do, what not to do, what to sell, what not to sell, what to buy, what to not? No, it's the opposite. If Americans decide, they can dictate to the UK what they can buy, what they cannot. Because always it's about the balance of power, not about who is right, who is wrong. So if you have a neighbor, he is a good neighbor, you're lucky. You're lucky. But it's possible that your neighbor is a bully. What happened to Trump? Like, what? My friend, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying. Did I say Trump is an angel? Did I say that? I just said to you, Trump love money. Maybe you were not here when. Maybe you are like my cousin. They jump in the middle of the movie, talk about it. So, always history is written by the one who make victory. Like even Hitler, how bad he was. Very bad. Very disgusting person. He killed millions of Christians. He caused the death of millions and millions of Christians. Actually, he destroyed Europe. Because of him, Europe today is what it is. But what if Hitler, he won the war? I will tell you what will happen. Then everybody will say Hitler was an amazing guy. No? Every government in the world will praise Hitler. Because who dare? It's about who win and who lose. History always written by the pen of the winner, not the loser. If the Iranian regime, the Islamist regime, they are powerful the same as USA, and they start capturing their neighbors. Actually, already they capture for a long time. They capture Syria, they capture Lebanon, they capture Yemen. They have even forces in Venezuela. I will not be surprised if the American are attacking now Hezbollah in Venezuela. Venezuela have many camps for Hezbollah. They have even villages and towns. There's nobody there except Shia from Hezbollah. They invade the country by the help of Maduro, and nobody can talk to them. No police can capture them. Nobody can investigate them. They are above the law. They will arrest a Venezuelan citizen if they wish, and they do. And this is why the first one who will jump to defend Maduro is Hezbollah, because you know the biggest partner of Maduro in drugs business is Hezbollah. Hezbollah sent the drugs to Venezuela. Venezuelan cartel send it to USA. Hezbollah make money from killing young American. It's a perfect business for them. They hate you, they kill you, they take your money without going to war. Right? Can you show us the evidence? I do not need to show you the evidence. Have you been? Have you been any time, any second in Hezbollah camps? You yourself? I've been. Have you? Did you check yourself for evidence? If you type now Hezbollah drugs, what you will find? You will find tens of thousands of videos of manufacturers. This guy, he never saw evidence. They are number one in the Middle East producers of drugs. And they smuggle it around the world. They have manufacturers in Syria, in Lebanon, in Iraq, anywhere they can go, even in Africa. Their money, most of it, in the beginning, they used to take their money from Iran, but no more. Iran is not the biggest supplier, it is the drugs. So they became self-efficient. Captagon drugs is number one product they have and they produce. And then he said to me, do you have a... Yeah, the same as Taliban. All Muslim, their number one business is drugs. Because they are religious people. They love Allah. Yeah, there's no question that the Iranian and Hezbollah, and when we say Hezbollah, we mean Iran. Hezbollah is just a potato party, is the tail of Iran, the mullah's regime. Uh, in reality, when we speak about, like, look at this guy. This guy, you can watch his videos. He said clearly, our salary, our money, our arm, our weapon is coming from Iran. What you can do about it? Yeah. Nobody can do anything about it except Israel. They made you shish kebab. Yeah, this is halal drugs. They have a massive network around the world, not only in South America, even in North America. They own many gas stations in USA. Most of gas stations in USA run by the Shia supporters of Hezbollah is owned by Hezbollah. It's a money laundry. You come to USA or a Shia from Lebanon, Shia from Iraq. Suddenly, 2 days after, the guy who owns a gas station, how in the world the guy can afford it? You tell me. A guy who came refugee yesterday. So they buy it by the name of somebody who is Lebanese Shia or Iraqi Shia, one of them. Now you make a lot of money from the gas station. Oh, I'm going to transfer money to my family in Lebanon. I will need to transfer money to my family in Iraq. And this is how they launder the money. They have income even coming from USA, not only from drugs. They invest even in stock market. A Shia member of Hezbollah who live in USA, they will send them millions of dollars to buy stocks, and then the money will come back to them. They have their own ways. A bank in Canada, the whole bank was owned by Hezbollah. And when the government, they found out about it, it was already 20 years, 25 years operating. Took them 20, 25 years to find out that this is owned by Hezbollah. Very sneaky, very wicked. All right? They have investment all over Asia, in China, in Russia, everywhere. Their money network is massive. And you know what money can do? Money can make you get killed, which means they will use their money. Here we go.
Lately and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II.
Nice, nice.
It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro
It
to
is Max.
justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history.
You don't hear?
And if you think about it, we've done some other good ones like the attack on Soleimani,
It is from their side, not from my side.
the attack on al-Baghdadi, and the obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites just recently in an operation known as Midnight
Let me
Hammer.
see.
All perfectly executed and done.
Midnight
No
Hammer.
nation in the world, frankly, time. All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement,
Let me turn the CC.
successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark. The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have. It was dark and it was deadly. But captured along with his wife, Celia Flores, both of whom now face American justice. Maduro and Flores have been indicted in the Southern District of New York. It's Jay Clayton, for their campaign of deadly narco-terrorism against the United States and its citizens. I want to thank the men and women of our military who achieved such an extraordinary success overnight with breathtaking speed, power, precision, and competence. You rarely see anything like it. You've seen some raids in this country that didn't go so well. They were an embarrassment. If you look back to Afghanistan, or if you look back to the Jimmy Carter days, they were different days. We're a respected country again, like never before. These highly trained warriors operating in collaboration with U.S. law enforcement caught them in a very ready position. They were waiting for us. They knew we had many ships out in the sea, just sort of waiting. They knew we were coming. So they were in what's called a ready position. But they were completely overwhelmed and very quickly incapacitated.
See?
If you would have seen what I saw last night, you would have been very impressed.
Let us see, man.
You'll never get to see it, but it was an incredible thing to see. Not a single American service member was killed.
Can you believe it?
Not a single piece of American equipment was lost.
Man.
We had many helicopters, many planes, many people involved in that fight. But think of that, not one piece of military equipment was lost, not one
Amazing.
service member was, more importantly, killed. The United States military is the strongest and most fearsome military on the planet by far. With capabilities and skills our enemies can scarcely begin to imagine. We have the best equipment anywhere in the world. There's no equipment like what we have. And you see that even if you just look at the boats. You know, we've knocked out 97% of the drugs coming in by sea. 90%. Each boat kills on average, 25,000 people. We knocked out 97%.
Wow.
And those drugs mostly come from a place called Venezuela. We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So
Whoa.
we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have...
They captured the government, guys. Did you hear what he said? They will run the country.
So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And it has to be judicious, because that's what we're all about.
We will run the country.
Peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela. And that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland. We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind. We've had decades of that. We're not going to let that happen. We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this, we're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place. So we're going to stay until such time as we're going to run it, essentially, until such time as
that's crazy.
Proper transition can take place. As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust, for a long period of time. They were pumping almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping and what could have taken place. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not. The first wave, if you'd like to call it that, the first attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared to do a second wave, a much bigger wave, actually.
Wow.
This was pinpoint, but we have a much bigger wave that probably won't have to do. This partnership of Venezuela with the United States of America, a country that everybody wants to be involved with because of what we were able to do and accomplish, will make the people of Venezuela rich, independent, and safe. And it will also make the many, many people from Venezuela that are living in the United States extremely happy. They suffered. They suffered. So much was taken from them. They're not going to suffer anymore. The illegitimate dictator Maduro was the kingpin of a vast criminal network responsible for trafficking colossal amounts of deadly and illicit drugs into the United States. As alleged in the indictment, he personally oversaw the vicious cartel known as Cartel de las Solas, which flooded our nation with lethal poison, responsible for the deaths of countless Americans, the many, many Americans. Hundreds of thousands over the years of Americans died because of him. Maduro and his wife will soon face the full might of American justice and stand trial on American soil. Right now, they're on a ship they'll be heading to, ultimately, New York, and then a decision will be made.
He shipped them to New York.
Between New York, Miami, or Florida.
In a ship.
But we have
in a container.
people where the overwhelming evidence of their crimes will be presented in a court of law. And I've seen it. I've seen what we have. It's both horrible and breathtaking that something like this could have been allowed to take place. For many years after his term as president of Venezuela expired, Maduro
Expired.
and waged a ceaseless campaign of violence, terror, and subversion against the United States of America, threatening not only our people, but the stability of the entire region. And you all saw it. In addition to trafficking gigantic amounts of illegal drugs that inflicted untold suffering and human destruction all over the country, all over in particular the United States, Maduro sent savage and murderous gangs, including the bloodthirsty prison gang, Tren de Aragua, to terrorize American communities nationwide. And he did indeed. They were in Colorado. They took over apartment complexes. They cut the fingers off people if they called police.
See?
They were brutal, but they're not so brutal now. And I just have to congratulate our military, Pete, and everybody, and our National Guard, because the job that they've done, whether it's in Washington, D.C., where we have a totally safe city, where it was one of the most unsafe cities anywhere in the world, frankly, and now we have no crime in Washington, D.C. We haven't had a killing. We had the terrorist attack a few weeks ago. A little bit of a different kind of a threat, but we haven't had a killing in a long period of time, 6-7 months. We used to have two, on average, 2 a week in Washington, our capital. We don't have that anymore. The restaurants are opening. Everyone's happy. They're going, they're walking their daughters, they're walking their children, their wives, they walk to restaurants. Restaurants are opening all over Washington, D.C. So I want to thank the National Guard. I want to thank our military. And I want to thank law enforcement. It's been amazing. And they should do it with more cities. We're doing it, as you know. And we're doing it in Memphis, Tennessee right now. And crime is down. We've just sort of started a few weeks ago. But crime is down now 77%. And the governor of Louisiana called, great person, and he wanted us to help him, as you know, in a certain very nice part of Louisiana, and we have done that. And it was a rough section, and we have crime down. I understand it's down to almost nothing already after 2.5 weeks. New Orleans. It's down to almost nothing.
Would look like
And we've only been there for 2.5 weeks.
that's it about. But I don't know if you hear what he said. He says now we are running the country. So it's not an operation. They took Maduro and they left. Based on what he said, it looked like he is in control of the ground, still there. So the American army right now is in control. You heard him right saying we are going to run the country temporarily until transition happen. So he's not talking about like we hit and we left. He's talking about taking over.
Los Angeles. That's long after the fires. That's when they had the riots in Los Angeles. We did a great job. Got no credit for it whatsoever, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. We don't need the credit. But we'll be pulling out when they need us. They'll call, or we'll go back if we have to. We'll go back. But we did a great job in various cities. But the place that we're very proud of is Washington, D.C., because it's our nation's capital. We took it from being a crime-ridden mess to being one of the safest cities in the country. But the gangs that they sent raped.
Well, there's nothing now. Let's see what Marco will say. I want to hear what Marco Rubio will say. We will turn the sound on when Marco will speak, because now he's talking about just USA. See here, guys, the important what we heard, that it's not an operation we take the guy and we flee. They took over the country. And he said there was 2 waves of attack. And obviously, the army now is not exist in Venezuela. Look how fast they surrender. He is not reporting right now any fight. There's no fight in the ground no more. This is how fast so-called massive forces of a dictator, they can collapse, because they don't have really loyalty. Those are like termite. They go with the one who will pay their salary. And the second they notice that you are losing, the same people who shout for you yesterday, they will shout at you today. This is how always dictators. Saddam Hussein is God for the Iraqi. For 30 years, Saddam Hussein is captured Iraqi, destroying every statue for Saddam Hussein in 1 hour. All right?
They came from prisons and jails. The reason I say both, they sound similar. Actually, prisons a little bit more hostile, a little bit tougher. A mental institution isn't as tough as an insane asylum, but we got them both. They sent from their mental institutions. They sent from their jails, prisons. They were drug dealers. They were drug kingpins. They sent everybody bad into the United States. But no longer. And we have now a border where nobody gets through. In addition, Venezuela unilaterally seized and stole American oil, American assets, and American platforms, costing us billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, this is another fact too. Some people, they say he's going to Venezuela because he want their oil. But what they do not tell you, that American companies, they invest, they build the structures for the oil in Venezuela, and then the Venezuela communists, they seize the oil and take it for free. And this is American money.
We built Venezuela oil industry with American talent, drive, and skill, and the socialist regime stole it from us during those previous administrations, and they stole it through force. This constituted one of the largest thefts of American property in the history of our country.
This is American property.
The largest theft of property in the history of our country. Massive oil infrastructure was taken like we were babies, so we didn't do anything about it. I would have done something about it. America will never allow foreign powers to rob our people or drive us back into and out of our own hemisphere. That's what they did. Furthermore, under the now deposed dictator Maduro, Venezuela was increasingly hosting foreign adversaries in our region and acquiring menacing offensive weapons that could threaten U.S. interests and lives. And they used those weapons last night. Potentially in league with the cartels operating along our border. All of these actions were in gross violation of the core principles of American foreign policy, dating back more than 2 centuries. and not anymore. All the way back, it dated to the Monroe Doctrines. And the Monroe Doctrine is a big deal, but we've superseded it by a lot, by a real lot. They now call it the Monroe Document. I don't know. It's Monroe Doctrine. We sort of forgot about it. It was very important, but we forgot about it. We don't forget about it anymore. Under our new national security strategy, American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again. Won't happen. So just in concluding, for decades, other administrations have neglected or even contributed to these growing security threats in the Western Hemisphere. Under the Trump administration, we are reasserting American power in a very powerful way in our home region. And our home region is very different than it was just a short while ago. The future will be, and we did this in my first term. We had great dominance in my first term, and we have far greater dominance right now.
Very good news.
Everyone's coming back to us. The future will be determined by the ability to protect commerce and territory and resources that are core to national security. These are core to our national security. Just like tariffs are, they've made our country rich, and they've made our national security
Watch for the
strong.
price for the oil, the gas oil, the price will
But these are
drop.
the iron laws that have always determined global power. And we're going to keep it that way. We will secure our borders. We will stop the terrorists. We will crash the cartels. And we will defend our citizens against all threats, foreign and domestic. Other presidents may have lacked the courage or whatever to defend America. But I will never allow terrorists and criminals to operate with impunity against the United States. This extremely successful operation should serve as warning to anyone who would threaten American sovereignty or endanger American lives. Very importantly, the embargo on all Venezuelan oil remains in full effect. The American Armada remains poised in position, and the United States retains all military options until United States demands have been fully met and fully satisfied. All political and military figures in Venezuela should understand what happened to Maduro can happen to them, and it will happen to them.
Bingo.
If they aren't just fair, even to their people. The dictator and terrorist, Maduro, is finally gone in Venezuela. People are free. They're free again. It's been a long time for them, but they're free. America is a safer nation. This morning, it's a prouder nation this morning because it didn't allow this horrible person and this country that was doing very bad things to us. It didn't allow it to happen. And the Western Hemisphere is right now a much safer place to be. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank General Raisin Kane. He's a fantastic man. I've worked with a lot of generals. I worked with some I didn't like. I worked with some I didn't respect. I worked with some that just weren't good. But this guy is fantastic. I watched last night one of the most precise attacks on sovereignty. I mean, it was an attack for justice. And I'm very proud of him, and I'm very proud of our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, who I'm going to ask to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Hey, Marco, come on, tell me something. Oh, the defense, okay.
Mr. President, finally a commander-in-chief the world respects and the American people deserve. And as the President said, words can barely capture the bravery and the power and the precision of this historic operation. A massive joint military and law enforcement raid flawlessly executed by the greatest Americans our country has to offer. American warriors are second to none, the best in the world and the best of our country. What all of us witnessed last night was sheer guts and grit, gallantry, and glory of the American warrior. I'm simply humbled by such men. And I tip my hat to our chairman, Dan Raisin Kane, and all those Americans who stood watch last night. Our warriors are the elite of America, and again, President Trump has your back. No other country on planet Earth, and it's not even close, could pull this kind of operation off. And no other president has ever shown this kind of leadership, courage, and resolve, the most powerful combination the world has ever seen. As the president said, our adversaries remain on notice. America can project our will anywhere, anytime. The coordination, the stealth, the lethality, the precision, the very long arm of American justice, all on full display in the middle of the night. Nicolas Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't.
Uh-oh.
He effed around, and he found out. President Trump is deadly serious about stopping the flow of gangs and violence to our country.
Deadly serious.
Deadly serious about stopping the flow of drugs and poison to our people. Deadly serious about getting back the oil that was stolen from us.
Deadly.
And deadly serious about reestablishing American deterrence and dominance in the Western Hemisphere. This is about the safety, security, freedom, and prosperity of the American people. This is America first. This is peace through strength. And the United States War Department is proud to help deliver it. Welcome to 2026, and under President Trump, America is back. I'd like to welcome now our chairman, Chairman Raising Cane, to give a few more details about the operation. Mr. Chairman.
Hey, Chairman, come on, tell me.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning. Last night, on the order of the President of the United States and in support of a request from the Department of Justice, as the President said, the United States military conducted an apprehension mission in Caracas, Venezuela, to bring to justice two indicted persons, Nicolas and Cecilia Maduro. This operation, known as Operation Absolute Resolve, was discreet, precise, and conducted during the darkest hours of January 2nd, and was the culmination of months of planning and rehearsal, an operation that, frankly, only the United States military could undertake. What I'd like to do this morning is talk you through some of the preparation and the details without compromising any of our tactics, techniques, and procedures. There is always a chance that we'll be tasked to do this type of mission again. Our interagency work began months ago and built on decades of experience of integrating complex air, ground, space, and maritime operations. While the past 2 decades have honed the skills of our special operations forces, this particular mission required every component of our joint force, with soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians working in unison with our intelligence agency partners and law enforcement teammates in an unprecedented operation. We leveraged our unmatched intelligence capabilities and our years of experience in hunting terrorists, and we could not have done this mission without the incredible work by various intelligence agencies, including the CIA, NSA, and NGA. We watched, we waited, we prepared, we remained patient and professional. This mission was meticulously planned, drawing lessons from decades of missions over the last many years, many missions over these last many years. This was an audacious operation that only the United States could do. It required the utmost of precision and integration within our joint force. And the word integration does not explain the sheer complexity of such a mission. An extraction so precise, it involved more than 150 aircraft launching across the Western Hemisphere in close coordination, all coming together in time and place to layer effects for a single purpose: to get an interdiction force into downtown Caracas while maintaining the element of tactical surprise. Failure of one component of this well-oiled machine would have endangered the entire mission, and failure is never an option for America's joint force. Those in the air over Caracas last night were willing to give their lives for those on the ground and in the helicopters. Let me talk a little bit about the preparation. After months of work by our intelligence teammates to find Maduro and understand how he moved, where he lived, where he traveled, what he ate, what he wore, what were his pets, in early December, our force was set pending a series of aligned events. Key was choosing the right day to minimize the potential for civilian harm and maximize the element of surprise, and minimize the harm to the indicted personnel so, as the president said, they could be brought to justice. And as the president said earlier today, weather in Venezuela is always a factor this time of the year. And over the weeks through Christmas and New Year's, the men and women of the United States military sat ready, patiently waiting for the right triggers to be met and the president to order us into action. Last night, the weather broke just enough, clearing a path that only the most skilled aviators in the world could maneuver through. Ocean, mountain, low cloud ceilings, but when tasked with a mission, this organization does not quit. At 10:46 p.m. Eastern Time last night, the President ordered the United States military to move forward with this mission. He said to us, and we appreciate it, Mr. President, good luck and Godspeed. And those words were transmitted to the entire joint force. Over the course of the night, aircraft began launching from 20 different bases on land and sea across the Western Hemisphere. In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night. Thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. Our youngest crew member was 20, and our oldest crew member was 49, and there's simply no match for American military might. As the night began, the helicopters took off with the extraction force, which included law enforcement officers, and began their flight into Venezuela at 100 feet above the water. As they approached Venezuelan shores, the United States began layering different effects provided by Spacecom, Cybercom, and other members of the interagency to create a pathway. Overhead, those forces were protected by aircraft from the United States Marines, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, and the Air National Guard. The force included F-22s, F-35s, F-18s, EA-18s, E-2s, B-1 bombers, and other support aircraft, as well as numerous remotely piloted drones. As the force began to approach Caracas, the Joint Air Component began dismantling and disabling the air defense systems in Venezuela, employing weapons to ensure the safe passage of the helicopters into the target area. The goal of our air component is, was, and always will be to protect the helicopters and the ground force and get them to the target and get them home. As the force crossed the last point of high terrain where they'd been hiding in the clutter, we assessed that we had maintained totally the element of surprise. As the helicopter force ingressed towards the objective at low level, we arrived at Maduro's compound at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 2:01 a.m. Caracas local time, and the apprehension force descended into Maduro's compound and moved with speed, precision, and discipline towards their objective, and isolated the area to ensure the safety and security of the ground force while apprehending the indicted persons. On arrival into the target area, the helicopters came under fire, and they replied with that fire with overwhelming force and self-defense. One of our aircraft was hit but remained flyable, and as the President said earlier today, all of our aircraft came home, and that aircraft remained flyable during the rest of the mission. As the operation unfolded at the compound, our air and ground intelligence teams provided real-time updates to the ground force, ensuring those forces could safely navigate the complex environment without unnecessary risk. The force remained protected by overhead tactical aviation. Maduro and his wife, both indicted, gave up and were taken into custody by the Department of Justice, assisted by our incredible U.S. military with professionalism and precision, with no loss of U.S. life. After securing the indicted persons, the force began to prep for departure. Helicopters were called in to exfiltrate the extraction force, while fighter aircraft and remotely piloted aircraft provided overhead coverage and suppressive fire. There were multiple self-defense engagements as the force began to withdraw out of Venezuela. The force successfully exfiltrated and returned to their afloat launch bases, and the force was over the water at 3:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with indicted persons on board. And both Maduro and his wife were embarked aboard the USS Iwo Jima. In closing, what we've witnessed today is a powerful demonstration of America's joint force. We think, we develop, we train, we rehearse, we debrief, we rehearse again and again, not to get it right, but to ensure that we cannot get it wrong. Our jobs are to integrate combat power so when the order comes, we can deliver overwhelming force at the time and the place of our choosing against any foe anywhere in the world. I am immensely proud today of our joint force and filled with gratitude to represent them here today. There is simply no mission too difficult for these incredible professionals and the families that stand by them and support them. As we stand here this morning, our forces remain in the region at a high state of readiness, prepared to project power, defend themselves, and our interests in the region. This operation is a testament to the dedication and unwavering commitment to justice and our resolve to hold accountable those who threaten peace and stability. In closing, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women who executed this mission. Their courage and tireless commitment to our nation are what makes us strong. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and thank you, Mr. President.
Well, I don't have much to add to what you've heard now, other than the following points. Nicolas Maduro was indicted in 2020 in the United States. He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden administration, the second Trump administration, none of those three recognized him. He's not recognized by the European Union and multiple countries around the world. He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million reward, which I guess we saved $50 million. And yeah, exactly. But
don't let anybody claim it. Nobody deserves it but us.
But I want to be clear about one thing. Nicolas Maduro had multiple opportunities to avoid this. He was provided multiple very, very, very generous offers and chose instead to act like a wild man, chose instead to play around. And the result is what we saw tonight. The other message here is the following. You have a guy, like many people around the world, they like to play games. You have a guy who decides he's going to invite Iran into his country, is going to, do the confiscation of American oil companies, is going to flood our country with gang members, is going to take Americans prisoner and try to hold them for hostage and trade them like he was able to do with the Biden administration. Basically likes to play games all this time and thinks nothing's going to happen. And I hope what people now understand is that we have a president. The 47th president of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when he tells you he's going to address a problem, he means it. He actions it. I can tell you, I've watched this process now for 14, 15 years, been around it. Everybody talks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When I get there, we're going to do this. We're going to take. This is a president of action. Like, I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know. Because this is the way it's going to play out. And I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, if he says he's serious about something, he means it. And this is something that was a direct threat to the national interest of the United States, and the president addressed it. There's a president of peace, by the way. I told you what I just said earlier. This guy had multiple opportunities to find his way somewhere else and figure out another. He could have been living somewhere else right now very happy, but instead he wanted to play big boy. And so now, he's got other sets of problems on his hands. And but I think the message here should be for the world. Look, the president doesn't go out looking for people to pick fights with. He's not generally wants to get along with everybody. We'll talk and meet with anybody. But don't play games. Don't play games with this president's in office, because it's not going to turn out well. And so I hope that, I guess that lesson was learned last night, and we hope it'll be instructive moving forward.
Please. Well, we're going to be running it with a group, and we're going to make sure it's run properly. We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure, which will cost billions of dollars. It'll be paid for by the oil companies directly. They will be reimbursed for what they're doing, but that's going to be paid. And we're going to get the oil flowing the way it should be. As you know, it was just a minor flow. It was actually a minor flow for what they have. But we're going to run it properly, and we're going to make sure the people of Venezuela are taken care of. We're going to make sure the people that were forced out of Venezuela by this thug are also taken care of.
President, does the U.S. running the country mean that U.S. troops will be on the ground? How will that work?
Well, you know, they always say boots on the ground. Oh, so we're not afraid of boots on the ground if we have to have. We had boots on the ground last night at a very high level, actually. We're not afraid of it. We don't mind saying it. But we're going to make sure that that country is run properly. We're not doing this in vain. This is a very dangerous attack. This is an attack that could have gone very, very badly. Could have gone very badly. We could have lost a lot of people last night. We could have lost a lot of dignity. We could have lost a lot of equipment. The equipment is less important, but we could have lost a lot. And we're going to make sure that this is proper. We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. We're going to run the country right. It's going to be run very judiciously, very fairly. It's going to make a lot of money. We're going to give money to the people. We're going to reimburse people that were taken advantage of. We're going to take care of everybody. It's very important. We couldn't let them get away with it. You know, they stole our oil. We built that whole industry there. And they just took it over like we were nothing. And we had a president that decided not to do anything about it. So we did something about it. We're late, but we did something about it. Yeah, please.
Mechanism by which you're going to run the country? Are you going to designate a U.S. official to coordinate?
It's all being done right now. We're designating people. We're talking to people. We're designating various people, and we're going to let you know who those people are.
We know who they are.
Would run Venezuela.
Well, it's largely going to be, for a period of time, the people that are standing right behind me. We're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead, you know, I talk about a dead country. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're a country doing better than any country anywhere in the world. And it required leadership. Venezuela has a lot of bad people in there, a lot of bad people that shouldn't be leading. We're not going to take a chance that one of those people take over for Maduro. So you can look at, and others, we have fantastic people, including people in the military. So we're going to have a group of people running it until such time as it can be put back on track, make a lot of money for the people, and give people a great way of life, and also reimbursement for people in our country that were forced out of Venezuela.
Rubio would be...
You said earlier today that you weren't going to back Machado to come back and be the opposition leader in your Fox and Friends interview. And then you also mentioned the vice president of Venezuela. Are you going to work with the vice president of Venezuela, or how do you foresee the relationship
Well,
going?
I understand she was just sworn in, but she was, as you know, picked by Maduro. So Marco's working on that directly. He just had a conversation with her, and she's essentially willing to do what we think is necessary to make Venezuela great again. Very simple.
Mr. President, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, a couple weeks ago, he said he's got to watch his ass. And today, he said he's not concerned about anything happening to him in the aftermath of this operation. So, just what your message is about that.
Well, he has cocaine mills. He has factories where he makes cocaine. And yeah, I think I stick by my first statement. He's making cocaine. They're sending it into the United States. So he does have to watch his ass.
Mr. President, did you notify any members of Congress in advance?
Marco, do you want to talk about that? Because you were involved in it.
Sure. We call members of Congress immediately after. This was not the kind of mission that you can do congressional notification on. It was a trigger-based mission in which conditions had to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days. But it's largely a law enforcement function. Remember, at the end of the day, at its core, this was an arrest of 2 indicted fugitives of American justice, and the Department of War supported the Department of Justice in that job. Now, there are broader policy implications here, but it's just not the kind of mission that you can pre-notify because it endangers the mission.
Exactly.
Plus, if I could add one thing to that, Congress has a tendency to leak this would not be good.
Exactly.
If they leaked, General, I think it was
Ilhan Omar, she will call them.
Result. But I have to say, they knew we were coming at some point, you know. A lot of ships.
What the Congress have to do with this?
We went through. But Congress will leak, and we don't want leakers.
To watch this all play out live. What was Maduro doing when the U.S. forces
In the bathroom.
I assume would be his home, and also was there any point where the U.S. was considering
He was in the bathroom.
back or resisted killing Maduro?
It could have happened. It could have happened. He was trying to get into a safe place. You know, the safe place.
Bathroom.
All steel. And he wasn't able to make it to the door because our guys were so fast. They went through the opposition so fast, and there was a lot of opposition. You know, people were wondering, do we get them by surprise? Sort of surprised, but they were waiting for something. It was a lot of opposition. There was a lot of gunfire. You saw some of it today. But he was trying to get to a safe place, which wasn't safe because we would have had the door blown up in about 47 seconds, they say on average, regardless of how thick the steel was. It was a very thick door. It was a very heavy door, but he was unable to get to that door. He made it to the door. He was unable to close it. Go ahead, finish.
To be in the time being right now, do you know his exact
Well, eventually, ultimately, in the near future, he's going to be brought to New York.
And where is he going to be held? Where is he going to be held in New York? Do you know?
That's going to be up to the officials that do these things.
Mr. President, the U.S. has something of a mixed track record of ousting dictators without necessarily a plan for what comes afterwards.
Not with me, though. Well, that's why we had different presidents, but with me, that's not true. With me, we've had a perfect track record of winning. We win a lot, and we win. If you look at Soleimani, you look at al-Baghdadi, you look at the Midnight Hammer. Midnight Hammer was incredible. Right now, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. We have essentially peace in the Middle East because of that. If we weren't successful with Midnight Hammer, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. So, with me, you've had a lot of victory. You've had only victories. You've had no losses. Yeah.
How long do you expect the U.S. to run Venezuela, and how soon do you want Venezuelan people?
Look how serious questions.
I'd like to do it quickly, but it takes a period of time. You know, we're rebuilding. We have to rebuild their whole infrastructure. The infrastructure is rotted. It's actually very dangerous. It's blow-up territory. Oil is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing to take out of the ground. It can kill a lot of people. It has killed a lot of people doing just that. The infrastructure is old. It's rotted. Much of it is stuff that we put there 25 years ago, and we're going to be replacing it. And we're going to take a lot of money out so that we can take care of the country. Yeah.
Are you saying that Secretary Rubio and
Mr. President, China, Russia, and Iran have interests in Venezuela. How does this operation affect your relationships with them when it comes to the oil and drugs?
And Russia, Russia when we get things straightened out. But in terms of other countries that want oil, we're in the oil business. We're going to sell it to them. We're not going to say we're not going to give it. In other words, we'll be selling oil, probably in much larger doses because they couldn't produce very much because their infrastructure was so bad. So we'll be selling large amounts of oil to other countries, many of whom are using it now, but I would say many more will come.
Are you saying, Mr. President, are you saying that, Mr. President, are you saying that,
Mr. President, thank you. What is your message to the people of Venezuela today? Of course, the civilian population specifically, they have a lot
Merry
of
Christmas.
What is your message to the people of Venezuela?
That you're going to have peace, justice. You're going to have some of the riches that you should have had for a long period of time. It was stolen from you. But you're going to have peace and you're going to have safety. You're going to have justice. You're going to have a country. You're going to have a real country. You're going to have potentially a great country. You know, if you go back 20 years, maybe even a little longer ago, that was a great country. And they destroyed it. Remember I said that if we lose this election, the United States will be Venezuela on steroids.
Exactly.
That's what would have happened. Had we lost the election, the 2024 election, we suffered so badly. When you look at the border from 2020, what they did, what Joe Biden administration did to our country should never be forgotten. But if we had to go through another year of that, we would be exactly where Venezuela was. In terms, I used to say, if they win, we're going to be Venezuela on steroids, and that's what would have happened.
President, thank you. Are you saying that Secretary Hegseth and Rubio are going to be running Venezuela, and will you be sending in U.S. military troops?
Silly questions.
with the people of Venezuela to make sure that we have Venezuela right. Because for us to just leave, who's going to take over? I mean, there is nobody to take over. You have a vice president who's been appointed by Maduro, and right now she's the vice president, and she's, I guess, the president. She was sworn in as president just a little while ago. She had a long conversation with Marco, and she said, we'll do whatever you need. I think she was quite gracious, but she really doesn't have a choice. We're going to have this done right. We're not going to just do this with Maduro, then leave like everybody else, leave and say, let it go to hell. If we just left, it has zero chance of ever coming back. We'll run it properly. We'll run it professionally. We'll have the greatest oil companies in the world go in and invest billions and billions of dollars and take out money, use that money in Venezuela. And the biggest beneficiary are going to be the people of Venezuela. And also, I can't stress this strongly enough, the people that got thrown out of Venezuela that are now in the United States, and frankly, some want to stay and some probably want to go back, yeah.
In the country, and were any of the detained Americans?
Well, right now they're very protected because nobody's going to mess with us. They're very protected. The people of, and we let them know that you better not touch one of them.
And are you concerned that bad elements of the Maduro regime will remain in place?
Well, we know who they are. We're on them, and they're acting much differently now than they would have acted 2 days ago.
Sure.
Okay, wait, behind you, please.
Mr. President, why is running a country in South America America first?
Well, I think it is because we want to surround ourselves with good neighbors. We want to surround ourselves with stability. We want to surround ourselves with energy. We have tremendous energy in that country. It's very important that we protect it. We need that for ourselves. We need that for the world. And we want to make sure we can protect it. Yes, sir, please, go ahead.
Yeah, is there a message here for Cuba and Diaz-Canel?
Well, Cuba is an interesting case. Cuba is, not doing very well right now. That system has not been a very good one for Cuba. The people there have suffered for many, many years. And I think Cuba is going to be something we'll end up talking about because Cuba is a failing nation right now, very badly failing nation. And we want to help the people. It's very similar in the sense that we want to help the people in Cuba, but we want to also help the people that were forced out of Cuba and living in this country. Do you want to say something about that, Marco, please?
Well, I mean, I just gave you a statement a few minutes ago about, when the president speaks, you should take him seriously. Suffice it to say, Cuba is a disaster. It's run by incompetent, senile men, and in some cases, not senile, but incompetent nonetheless. It has no economy. It's in total collapse. And by the way, they were, all of the guards that helped protect Maduro, this is well known, their whole spy agency, all that were full of Cubans. I mean, they basically, it's amazing. This poor island took over Venezuela in some cases. One of the biggest problems the Venezuelans have is they have to declare independence from Cuba. They tried to basically colonize it from a security standpoint. So, yeah, look, if I lived in Havana and I was in the government, I'd be concerned, at least a little bit. Well, the president already announced a week ago that anything that's sanctioned, it's sanctioned oil, it's not going to be allowed to get there. So that's a pre-existing.
The answer is yes. Yes. No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Mr. President. Mr. President, on Monday.
Oh, I think it would be very tough for her to be the leader. She doesn't have the support within or the respect within the country. She's a very nice woman, but she doesn't have the respect to be the leader.
Is it possible that the U.S. ends up administrating Venezuela for years?
Well, it won't cost us anything because the money coming out of the ground is very substantial, so it's not going to cost us anything. We will. Well, we want safety there. We want to be surrounded by countries that aren't housing all of our enemies all over the world. That's what that was happening, and you don't want to have that. But we're going to be rebuilding, and we're not spending money. The oil companies are going to go in. They're going to spend money. We're going to take back the oil that, frankly, we should have taken back a long time ago. A lot of money is coming out of the ground. We're going to get reimbursed for all of that. We're going to get reimbursed for everything that we spend. So it's going to be a very important. This is a very big evening that took place last night. We have to be surrounded by safe, secure countries, and we also have to have energy. Very important. We have to have energy that's real energy, not where they're getting 4% and 5% of the energy out of the ground. You take a look. It was such a disaster. So what's going to happen with Venezuela, I think, over the next period of a year is going to be a great thing. And the people of Venezuela will be the biggest beneficiaries.
Going to send in the U.S. military. Mr. President, thank you. What did you last speak to Maduro about when you spoke? And is the
Well, I don't want to get into the conversations, but I did have conversations with him, and I said, you got to surrender. And I actually thought he was pretty close to doing so, but now he wished he did, yeah.
You said that Maduro is responsible for drug trafficking. You recently pardoned the former president of Honduras who was convicted of many drug trafficking. Can you explain how these two situations are
Well,
different? And would you ever pardon Maduro?
I endorsed, as you know, the winning president, the man who won in Honduras. I endorsed the man who won in Chile. I endorsed the man who won in Argentina. And we are doing very well with that whole group. What the man that I pardoned was, if you could equate it to us, he was treated like the Biden administration treated a man named Trump. That didn't work out too well for them. This was a man who was persecuted very unfairly. He was the head of the country. He was persecuted very unfairly. And there are a number of them. And we felt that it was a very unfair situation that happened to him. He's also a party member of the man who won. So obviously the people liked what I did. And one of the reasons that was done is because of the fact that the party in power felt very strongly that that man was treated very badly. I studied it very quickly, and then I studied it in great detail. I went to a lot of the people standing behind me, and they felt that that man was persecuted and treated very badly. That's why I gave him a pardon.
You referenced boots on the ground earlier. Can you just sort of button this up? Do you envision the U.S. military having a presence in Venezuela as the U.S. runs that
Well,
country?
no, we're going to have a presence in Venezuela as it pertains to oil, because we have to have, we're sending our expertise in. So you may need something, not very much. But no, we're going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground. And that wealth is going to the people of Venezuela and people from outside of Venezuela that used to be in Venezuela. And it goes also to the United States of America in the form of reimbursement for the damages caused us by that country. So I want to thank you all very much. Thank you. Do you have one? Yes, please. You were so nice before. I'm going to give you the final question. Go ahead. Unless it's a bad question, in which case I'll go one word. It's about who?
It's about Putin, if you want.
About Putin. Well, that's always nice to talk about Putin.
You had a phone call with him on Monday. Did he talk at all about Maduro? Did y'all talk about this?
No, we didn't.
And
We
then,
never spoke about Maduro.
Are you mad at him right now? I mean, there's this
I'm not
intelligence.
thrilled with Putin. I'm not thrilled with Putin. He's killing too many people. I thought that would be so. I settled 8 1/4 war. You know what the 1/4 was? Thailand and Cambodia. I did it again. They broke out, and I did it in about 5 hours, and I settled it. I'm giving myself 1/4, so I'm up to now 8 1/4. In other words, I settled the war, but then they broke out. They had a pretty bad breakout over the last 4 days. I got them to go back to peace. So I only give 1/4. I thought the easiest one would be, one of the easier ones would be Russia, Ukraine. It's not. And they both have done some pretty bad things. And look, that's Biden's war. That's not my war. But I want to stop the lives. Did you see where last month, 30,000, it was 27,000 the month before. 30,000, mostly soldiers, were killed this last month. 30,000. I want to stop that. You know, I got NATO to pay 5% instead of the 2% that they weren't paying. They weren't paying 2, now they pay 5. And we send them a lot of munitions, we send them a lot of things, missiles and various other things, a lot. And they pay. The United States is not losing money. We're probably making money on that. It's the last thing I care about. I just want to stop all those people. We're losing 25, 30,000 human beings that come from 2 places that are very far away. But if I can stop, because it's something I've been pretty good at doing, deals, I guess. It's all a deal. Life is a big deal. But if I can stop that war and stop 30,000 young people, in addition to the fact that people are being killed in Kiev, people are being killed in other cities, throughout, you know, a much smaller number, but they're being killed, viciously killed. So I'm not happy about it. I thought that would be something that would get solved. We have Mr. Witkoff here. I think that we're making progress, but That's a war that should have never happened. If I were president, it would have never happened. Putin says it. Everybody says it. If I were president, that would have never happened. But I inherited that war. That was Joe Biden, Zelensky, and Putin. I came into the situation, and it's a mess. And I will say this. I watched an operation last night that was so precise, that was so brilliant. I mean, it was incredible. If we had our people, like this general and our people involved, that war would not have gone on very long, that I can tell you. That war, to use an old term, that war has become a bloodbath, and we want it to get stopped. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right. So, guys, what we got from this, like first I saw some comment when Trump speaking about prosperity. Somebody in the comments says, prosperity to who? And you know, here is this. Sometimes the silly comment come. First of all, do the Venezuelans right now have a prosperity? No. So the obvious thing will happen. They will have a better life. And if prosperity comes for all neighboring countries, what's the problem with that? Are you against it? Are you against it to have freedom of speech in Venezuela? People write articles against the president. The same I can talk about Trump right now. I can say he's bad. I can say he's good. That is prosperity too. Prosperity is not only money. Prosperity is people they can believe. They can practice their belief. They can have a freedom of speech. They can say yes, they can say no. And nobody will arrest them just because they say something you don't agree with them. Freedom is the most important prosperity. And then things will follow. Because now you will have a free election, not a dictator taking over, stay there for the coming 60 years until he dies. Those who are in politics, they will be forced to serve the people because they fear the election. That is a prosperity. And then the money will come from the oil, will go to the people first. You might say, oh, American companies going there. Well, they are the one who built the industry for them. Those people don't have the expertise even to dig 1 meter down. And if not the American take over, who's going to take over? The Chinese or the Russian? Which one? So people, they say words have nothing to do, not connected to reality. And, you know, they give you speeches of ethic. But in fact, their questioning is unethical. Why the Venezuelan coming by millions USA? Is that because they have prosperity in their country? Is that because the socialists are successful? Why somebody will cross the borders and go walking hundreds of miles, if not thousands, or take a boat risking his life to come to a country he doesn't speak the language of this country? Is that because he is enjoying prosperity in his country? So now many bad mouths, they will start bad mouth Trump. Biden, he buy the oil of Venezuela. He left the sanctions on Venezuela. And that make the regime gain the money, not the people. The people are still very poor, extremely poor. The one who will enjoy the money is the dictators and the gang around them, the military generals. Everyone will take his cut. In USA, we have companies. We are very rich billionaires. But when you work in Amazon, you get paid fairly. You don't own the company. What, you want to make $1 billion? No, you don't own. You know, you are an employee. You're paid by hour. Make a company your own and be a billionaire. Who's holding you? You want to be Elon Musk? Go ahead. Show us your success. Come with some innovation and copyright for it, and then you will become billionaire. If not trillionaire. But in those countries, socialist, they got money. It's not their own. They did not even work for it. And the people, they are starving. So we know not many people, they will badmouth Trump. Like I say, Trump, he like money. Well, I know he like money. But you like money too. Which one is better? To let this dictator killing thousands, jailing them for just saying a word against him, and the people are poor, and drugs are coming to us and Iran is making Venezuela a base of terrorism and drugs. They invited every single enemy, whoever hate America, they invite him to Venezuela. Free Palestine, go and see the rally of Free Palestine. You think that Venezuela is from the Middle East? The one who run the shows are Muslims. So the biggest loser today in the morning, and the biggest upset this morning, is Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, Gaza, the terrorists of Gaza, all the trash. Those are the biggest losers, not to mention China, and So this is reality. Now he said we will run Venezuela. See, he will run Venezuela. So what they will do? You leave it in chaos and robbery. Somebody have to run the country until the president go over and take over. And what I understand from this, there's some confusion in what he said. Like he said, he explained the operation that we went down, we captured the guy, and then we went out. So are they out now? But at the same time, Trump is saying we are going to run the country. So they are not out. So most likely, the generals of the army, they surrender. They surrender, and they will not resist. So I'm assuming right now there's no fight in the ground no more. Maybe there is some American in the ground, maybe there's not. We do not know. But most likely, the general of the army, they have pee in their pants. They knew they are no match. I mean, all of us, we knew they are not. You see, remember when they said Maduro, just a few days ago, I was talking about it. He was giving weapon to the people in the street to fight, give them a Kalashnikov. I find it very laughable. 2 days ago, actually, I saw in the news that they say that he is buying drones from Iran. I found that very laughable. I mean, what the drone of Iran would do with America? I mean, are you stupid? This guy is out of reality. He's delusional. He think he can fight. He think the drones of Iran can fight America. So some people are mentally ill and stupid, and they are not smart. And this is the end. And look, he built a safe, very thick steel. God knows how many years took him to finish it. It took them 47 seconds to blow it up. Isn't this stupid? If your enemy is America and you are afraid that the one who is going to capture you is the American, let us say you are inside the cell now. Are you safe? Took them 47 seconds to blow it up. I mean, to make coffee will take more. Seriously, if you want to make coffee, it takes you more time than getting his safe, you know. Low-flying drones will not be detected. No. This is not what happened. Did you notice what he said, the general? He said that we have multitask operation. So we have the warfare of electronic warfare. So all the air defense of Venezuela went to sleep before even they hit them, which means they cannot detect anything. They have Soviet Union, Russian, stupid, I mean, don't you see Putin himself could not protect Moscow? Putin, he keep bragging about S-400, S-500, S-300, and then all the S he have, they went in his ass. And just 2 days ago, he called Trump asking him for protection because Ukrainian, they attack his house. So they buy junk. The only trustworthy weapon you can trust is something made by Western countries. And specifically, if we can add Israel, Israel and America is the top. This is why now Germany is buying from Israel. France is buying from Israel. It's not the opposite. Isn't it scary for any enemy of USA to see that not a single soldiers get killed? He have thousands of soldiers to protect him. And Trump, he mentioned that there was a great battle in the ground, a lot of firepower in the ground, resistance. Yet not a single soldier get killed. It's like a magic. You know, in America, you cannot lie about those things because sooner or later it's going to be exposed. It's not like dictator. You lose 1,000 and nobody will know about it. You lose 10,000, nobody will know about it. This is telling you how powerful this country is and how advanced the technology of USA. The guy, he in his mind, well, I have 5,000-6,000 soldiers just around my house. Okay, it is gone to the ground. I have a very deep basement. Even if they bomb me, they will not go there. But this is not true because, you know, he actually, the general he mentioned, the B-1 bomber. So B-1, B-2, I mean, they are using the heavy-duty bombers. Where are you going to hide? He's stupid. They offer him a deal before, he reject. And now, actually, the great advantage of what happened, first of all, for us as American, and I love my country, I joined the army to defend this country. I voted for Trump too, even though I don't agree with him in everything, because we are truthful. When it's time to criticize, we do. But the most important, that all the enemies, especially like the Islamic countries, they have to count to 10 before they threat America again. And the most important too, that now Iran is not our neighbor, because when Venezuela is occupied by Maduro and his gang, Iran and Hezbollah is across the borders. And next step, they have to think about how to take the Cuban Communist filthy party down. And then, after that, let us see how we can put the pressure on the communist president of Mexico. So we make her lose the coming election, and Mexico will be great again. And we will have a Christian leader, not a one bring Hamas to make a speech in Mexico as we saw a few days ago. You see the difference between, what the difference between Trump America and Biden America? We have the same army, right? The same weapon, which is to change the man. When Obama went to Saudi Arabia, do you know that nobody went to the airport to welcome him? They sent the mayor of the city. This is how insulting. They don't even respect you. It's just because you changed the president. They knew that this guy is a socialist. He will never be a threat for them. He is potato. In fact, he is their man. But when you have somebody scare the hell of their enemies, they will kiss your butt and they will say, America, we have to obey. Who dare? All what it changed now is just we changed the president. We have the same army, the same planes, the same weapon, the same soldiers. Nothing changed. And now, when the Khomeini, this filthy Khomeini, he talk about Trump, he have to count to 10 before he talk about, or Khamenei. Actually, yesterday, time gone, and I was like just making respond to those Iranian flies, the regime flies all over the internet. Many of them, they are posting pictures, like AI pictures, of Trump bowing down to the mullahs. And then I post for them the images of the ones we did hunt already. And I told them, you talk much, we do much. Abdul, you talk much. We do much more than talk. Let me show you. There's many videos actually in the internet right now, but I will try to see if I can find the images they made. They made fun of a Trump that he is under the feet of the mullahs. I say true story. Just do it if you can. Obviously, things is getting bigger and bigger.
Come on, boy.
It looked like they are coming to a government building, you know. Those videos are, you can tell they are real. They are not AI. There's some videos I saw are obviously they are fake. And the funny is, you will see the regime making video. There's nothing. They go to the main square in Tehran. There's nothing here. There's nobody here. See, they are, it's a lie. And then the mullah himself, the Ayatollah al-Khomeini, he says, we have to put the riot in their place, the one who's doing riot. So if there's a riot or not, even your biggest mullah admit. Even your president admit. Yet, I mean, the media of those stupid regimes are so stupid. They contradict themselves. It's like the Quran. It's literally the Quran. The same page contradicts itself in the same page. Let me see if I can find you. Actually, yesterday I slept like 2 a.m. At the time took me because I was busting all those stupid Abdul who support the regime. You know, when you start involving and responding to those people, time go fast and you don't see it. You know? I answered like 1,000 Abdul. And man, I got them busted. Including using hadith and reference, you know. Shish kebab. You know me. Here we go. They captured this woman. The police of the regime. And now they will do, you know, sexual stuff for her. Very filthy religious people. They are truly religious. They are truly following Allah. Scumbags.
Whoa! Whoa! Who was that? Whoa! Whoa! Who was that? Whoa! Whoa! Who was that? Whoa! Whoa!
Look what this guy is doing. He's spraying gas on the images. You see the regimes everywhere they have their image. I mean, those people, they put, if they could put their image over and make a tattoo over your butt, they will put it. How much money they spend for those pictures? Yet people, they don't have money to eat. Do you know how much those things cost? You will find the images of the dictators in every house. It's forced in every store. They force you even to buy it. They go to the grocery store. They say, this is the image. Why you don't have image of the president? Why you don't have a president image of the Ayatollah? Are you against him? And right away, like a puppy, you go and buy an image to protect yourself. Exactly the same as North Korea, the same all of those filthy men who idolize themselves, and their pictures everywhere. No, it's not haram if it's the Saudi prince, the crown prince. You know, Saudi Arabia, they teach in school the images is haram. And then the pictures of the king of Saudi Arabia and the crown prince everywhere. And not only that, the religious police in Saudi Arabia, when they used to have them, they will not dare to question that, but they will question you why you have an image, why you have a picture. Shame on you. But if the image is the image of the mullah, it's okay. No problem. It is the mullah, the mullah bulla, the balbulla, the horn of the devil. Would we see another happy day in Iran? That would be wonderful. That would be really wonderful. Let us hope that this great news today we heard is going to bring more news. Let us hope that things will change in this year. Imagine, guys, the Iranian didn't even like the flag. This is not their flag. The Islamists, they changed the flag. They brought the flag of Allah, the moon god flag. And that's why they are burning their own flag. They don't want it because this is not their flag. This is not the flag of Iran. They are taking their flag down one by one. And those are Iranian. And those are not woke. Those people, they love their country, not like the woke in America. The woke in America, they hate America and they support Iran. And here you see, ask yourself, how stupid those woke American not to understand that the one who live under such regime, who support a free Palestine and Gaza, is the last one who like to live there. Who like to live there? It's not because Iran is a bad country, but because Iran is a bad country today. The mullahs destroy it. If there is no freedom, there's no life. When somebody dictates to you what you can wear, what you can eat, what you can say, you are just nothing. You are a piece of dead meat. I hope that what happened today with Maduro will boost the revolution in Iran and will give a better hope for the Iranian that what Trump he said yesterday, it can be translated into something. Maybe he can, send some airplane and drop weapon to them so they can fight and take the regime. Maybe they can help to make them to capture some warehouses of the army and some airports so they can be equipped and able to take over the regime. Because such a regime, you cannot take it out by talk, not by hugs. And look, this guy here is a Russian. Look what he's saying. Look, guys, what he's saying. This is a Russian guy, truth teller. Isn't it cool how former CIA Director Mike Pompeo admit that the Mossad behind the protest in Iran? Let us say that the Mossad is behind the protest in Iran. Who is behind the attack in Ukraine? Who is behind bombing train stations and putting bombs in the railway in Ukraine? So it's okay for you to go in Syria, to go in Africa, to involve in the war in Sudan, but it's not okay to the Mossad, right? Regardless if this post is true or not, if I am an Israeli, I will be the first one to support. Do you see how stupid you are? Same time, if the Mossad, they say to the Iranian, go. Why the millions Iranian, they will obey the Mossad? You see how hypocrite they are? So this guy is a Russian, and as usual, you know, in Arabic we say, إِنَّ الطُّيُورُ عَلَى أَشْكَالِهَا تَقَعُ. The birds will gather around their own kin, the same kind of birds, chicken with the chicken. What we mean here, when you are evil, you are evil. So this Russian man, who is evil, obviously, he support the regime who is killing Christians and Muslims who convert to Christianity. And yet they go on TV and they say today Putin, he went to church because he celebrates Easter. He celebrated Christmas. And they will show you Putin drawing the cross in his neck and in his face. But they don't mind if Iran kill Christians. Anyone who convert to Christianity will hang him in the street. They use those, you know, trucks who change the light in the street to hang them. We have Sucker Carson here. No wonder, you know, they like you.
This government had a role in the murder of a democratically elected president. To say that out loud, that's the crime? What about the actual crime, which is murdering a president? Like, you're covering up for that, Mike Pompeo. He had no response at all. And so Mike Pompeo is the one who pressed Trump to keep those documents secret. And so it's like, what's crazy to me is not just that Pompeo did that. I think Pompeo is a really sinister person and a criminal. I think that because the facts suggest that. He was caught. Yahoo News, Mike Isikoff wrote a long piece on this several years ago. His employees went to Mike Isikoff and said, hey, Mike Pompeo is plotting to murder Julian Assange, who has never even been charged with a crime in the United States.
With the crime. Hold on. He never been charged in a crime. First of all, if the CIA, they want to kill somebody, he will be dead. They go by conspiracy, they support the conspiracy, and they make people believe in conspiracy. Do you really believe that this guy Assange, if the CIA want to kill him, they will not? And what is the benefit of killing him? Nothing. What that will do? You see, the stupidity is that those intelligence, they calculate their numbers. I'm not saying CIA, they will not assassinate somebody. They do. They do all the time. But it's always about what is the benefit and what is the damage. So this Assange, he have no more document to release. In fact, the document he released, all of it helped Trump. So the one should think to kill him is Hillary Clinton and Obama and the Democrat. Because all the document he released, it was against Hillary Clinton. So why you stupid idiot saying Pompeo will kill him? In fact, Trump, he should give him a reward. He should burden him. Correct? Because not a single leak he gave out, it was about Trump. It was always about Hillary, getting donation from Muslims, Hillary, corruption, her team corruption, her involved with the crimes in Libya, the death of the ambassador in Libya. None of it is about Trump. So Assange did not hurt Trump. Do we agree, guys? Assange was a big help for Trump to win the election. I remember myself, a woman, she came to my door, she knocked at my door, she said, you know, I'm here to encourage you to vote for Hillary. I said, the second I said to her, did you see what Assange leak is, she could not answer. She went to mute. She turned her back and left. Because they cannot refute that. So why in the world he want to kill him? But they, they play with the mind of the naive. There is people, they love conspiracy. The second you say CIA, they get alarmed. And why they don't kill him now? Like, what happened? You need to ask yourself, is he dangerous to kill him? Or like, why do they want to kill him? I mean, this is just a stupid talk. They like to make themselves, they knew everything. And then the enemies, you will notice that the one who use those people is the enemies of USA. Iran, Putin people. I don't want to say Russia is the enemy of USA. I'm not against Russia, and I will never be. I'm against Putin garbage. I pray that Russia and Ukraine, they will be friends and they will be good neighbors. It's a shame that two Christian countries lost hundreds of thousands of lives of Christians for nothing, just because of the greed of a filthy scumbag. His name is Putin. So I hope what happened now will have a great impact on tomorrow. And some good news will come. And look, guys, the Iranian regime, they capture people and they force them to say whatever they want on TV. This is Iranian media, Arya. This woman, she is arrested in the Reuters, and here we go. They have her in TV saying she is an agent to the foreigners.
تا حکومت صدامونو بشنوه اگه خواستن به شخص یا اشخاصی در خارج از کشور وصلت کنن و یا بگن این اعترافات آموزش دیده شده به سریع ترین حالت ممکن انکار کنه.
For sure she will say whatever you want. She is captured by you. What a women in the street she have done. Huh? They target women, actually. Do you know why they target women? Because then they can threaten the family honor with it. So they will say to them, if you do misbehave, your daughter, we have her. And you can guess what we will do with her. Very filthy scumbag regime. I hope Trump will do something. And they try always to make that it is the enemy who is behind it. Like here, this post here. Look, guys, look. The Mossad, they send a message to the people of Iran. So the Mossad behind this. So why? Why not? The Mossad should be involved heavily in this because you are their enemy, not the people of Iran. It's time for you to pay, potato. We are with you, not just from far. We are with you in the field as well. This is a great message, and I hope they will practice it. Huh? So I'm very glad for the news today, and I hope more good news will come, and we will celebrate more. I'm not going to keep you longer. I hope you will wake up every day in the morning when you see news like this. That would be wonderful. What do you think, guys? That would be great. Anyone who supports Israel, you see, there's a title used to frame people. If you defend Israel, they say to you are Zionist. If you speak against Islam, they say to you are Islamophobe. If you say I don't believe I am against homosexuality. They say he's a homophobia. I mean, they make phobia for everything. But them against our cross is not phobia. Them burning our churches is not phobia. Them killing us, burning us, kidnapping our daughter is not phobia. They do the act and they throw the accusation at you. In the Quran, it says that this is the land of Israel. It's not me who said so. In the book of the devil Muhammad, chapter 5, verse 21, check it out. O my people, enter the holy land which Allah assigned to you. Speaking to who? To the Jews. In your stupid book. And if we go to our holy Bible, we will find it all over the place. They get upset for hitting them with facts. They try to hit us with titles, Islamophobe, genocide. The Turkish have 0 Greek people in Turkey, but this is the land of the Greek. How do we have 0? Is it enough? No, they jump to Cyprus. They want to take it all. They occupy half of Europe before. And then Erdogan, he speak about occupation. He killed 1.5 million Armenian, if not more. More than 600,000 Assyrian. And not to mention the Christians in Syria and Kurdish. And then they speak about genocide. Muhammad, he killed all the Jews in the Arabian Peninsula and the Christians. So when they kill you, it is a victory from Allah. When you try to take your land back, you are an occupier. And then they will find that those stupid woke in the West, they are their best tool to penetrate. Let me explain it in a sexual way. If you have kids, please mute your microphone, mute your speaker. I will say something sexual. Islam is the penis. The woke are the condom. Do you understand what I'm saying? Islam is the penis. The woke and the socialist is the condom. So the Muslim penis use the woke to penetrate. And yet the penis will not be seen. It's covered by the condom. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you will repeat this wherever you go. And this is my own words. I'm sure you never heard it before. Islam, nothing but a penis, and the woke and the socialists are the condom for Islam. Mandani, he is using the condom of the socialist. He is the penis. So he can penetrate. Because without that condom, he cannot penetrate. It's a fact. Refute me, prove me wrong if I'm wrong. And by the way, Islam is a penis, is a fact. Allah, he promised the Muslim endless penis. Allah himself is a penis. You know, when the biggest gift your God give you is a biggest penis, I mean, what Allah is then? I mean, he could not find a gift to give you except biggest penis in the world. Which is very funny to walk with a penis which is endless, you know. I mean, I would like to see Bill Clinton walking with such a penis in Epstein Island. So I want to say thank you all for being here. And we will be back live again maybe by 6:30 p.m. or maybe earlier, afternoon, we will see. Until we see you soon again, we pray for the Lord for more victory. And we say to President Trump, You made my day. Thank you very much. Make South America great again. No drugs, no cartel. Let those countries flourish and live. Make us have better neighbors. Protect us from the evil ones. This is what the difference is between Sleepy Joe and a real king in the White House. Do more. We are waiting. Thank you very much for being here. May the Lord bless you. God is good, so is Jesus. And we are the crusade. See ya.